your friend is saying equipment and fidie bi ne ade egoma ebeboa na womo ede ahwe yapom de no especially yin nkrase no
sa motorbikes anyway no and one kasa no there's no any equipment via medical equipment
okay
but per inchichimu no to say motorbikes ni two and I say sorry nurses no omukọ akoye provide primary health care ama nkofo to say take on vitals no some small things bi wo a mo bag no mu a ombetumi afa na omudiko nti anya say efidie na nkasa no omo equipment with some medical gadgets no.
Okay internet say who be hia say woman na relate to national ambulance service no mo ba be chirem kafra ma ye hu say gwe ne nye your friend is saying infidie na ahyen bi a ba national ambulance service but rather no ye a nurse for no ne ade no ba be use ni titiro ye nkurase no e de abo apomodene sana na etie
yes sana etie but ni chiremu a medical check say ye ni nti a ye di krata we buy no press statement we buy no say omo okwa sa social media for no ana say nkofo a mo pese omo SS AGYEMAN na mo edi say ni follow ye say ambulance efidie no tricycle ni moto bike no ye ambulance
yeah
that is why we have come out to tell them say ye receive biasa and that particular motorcycle and then tricycle no they are not for ambulance purposes no for different usage for a means of transport for the staff.
Okay. Now, free primary health care, you can. Mobo role be a mobile play.
For now, a new role, yeah, but I don't say in the health sector, we are all working as a team. In this, omoko, share vitals and maybe every say no, Nipan baby and then you need to say refer to a major hospital and I say district hospital via and there's a need to call ambulance. They will call us and will come for the patient.
Oh, okay. 80 as usual, honey, said ya, apomodena so you know, munyina mbaka bom de boane saa na ebeye.
Pepe.
Now, so far, national ambulance, yaka ya ambulances as so far, no me ko saying, their SS mutimi yebi, their bi wa say beyond repairs, but we na ka honom ni ade. Is here ko saying?
Oh, upa ambulance na tembia yeka no fidie di edwuma. It's different to say be say. But with our chief executive officer, Dr. George Kuju Owusu, he's always on top of his work. Make sure say be obefa any fixie ambulance near na come back to the road no. Oh yeah, I can tell you the ambulance say at least in a week it immediately say about 10. And yes, is no. You fix it. Na a call back. So ambulance no we haven't a beast but we haven't entered into crisis. I bet you declare say ambulance we are in crisis. No, we are not. Ambulances yes no it may fix it na a call back. And in every so no one so no you basically support from the assemblies and MPs no to fix the ambulances. So that is what is exactly what we are doing into for now. Your ambulances are a yibdumapa.
Once yebeka ye ho abandada no one constituency one ambulance. Ese se ye bu ho akonta dodo na wo ho obetimi numbers bi wo betimi amaye ho.
Dodo ho but number no mean me ma number no but I can assure you say dodo pa wo ho ye na meka no aye fidie aye die adwuma bi wo ho engines no aye mre no say efu ani ana asay kra injectors higher but ana meka no we are able to fix them Now to I will call back to base AGYEMAN. And for now, my gun and Nibia instru move instru say be a ambulance in war, but me and Casa or Manyare, Mancasa and Quanyas then, but they should not fear. BBC they should call us, will be able to attend to them.
Emenya as I'm Shibia.
Cry. We are on top.
Madam Fubina or the message be her, may I say. Nana mammy yara no pe ambulance ibi. The Sika no more general. No be some sentiment Jerry, ambulance and ya dear. Yakofans were dear to Yessica. I'm so be just say charges be or home. I don't know, woman doing almost an intramubu or betum the ama.
Oh, say Nipper Bebree, yeah, be area of private ambulance. So we have some private ambulances working in the country.
Yeah.
Aha, and to I saw what to me distinguish a Ghana, a buying ambulance, now a panel, National Ambulance Service inscription on train, no was on and I say private. Into Santum, into but yeah, dear, yeah, before yeah, use KBA, particularly near a emergency. At the spot, will be a way I will feel now, friend, I say, car accident be seen in a month with prepare. The only time I be a baby beside say over boy with full say be a dependent hospital, I will give a as I say, you didn't call a baby or acquire lab MRI in the marketing kitchen. And no, dear, you bet me, I request a boy na Accra. And just say, it be a emergency, now no. Into your non emergency cases, and baby will be the hospital. Or transfer into hospital transfer. Say, young fan say, oh, be a bit refer from Kumasi, maybe to Accra. Also, we need fuel, but fuel na AGYEMAN also for emergency purposes. Into a Kobasa, they are all request say, Uber boy, Emma, eto fuel, ego ambulance. That is the only situation we request for Sabia support.
Okay, because fuel dia working ayana and then the yet to make us a fuel womusa. And this only pano a busiana the oyareni be an abusia ebeboa na wama to fuel and the ana yet in yes, watch the more sab and no obiju bibisa na and young from so on.
And young from so say be a free Kumasi or Bakra. And I say Konongo, yeah, refer or say Fako Kumasi, also a long distance. But also medical say full and I or with the Mayano. I for emergency purposes. To say be a emergency BBC or baby. And accident BBC will be a red ho cardiac arrest and answer the market. We have to rush and pick the case. That is the purpose of the fuel. But into hospital transfer, MRI, near where scan and other there will request for fuel support. Into and no, they will have to.
Na in CSC, which them say, Ayana a bromosoa. Nebia mama assembly no abem, and no chassis, you might gra.
Make say, oh, say, cars will be engine breakdown. So we have to be an scanner additional immediately. See, will no be an in this car or another a born threshold. And if yes, we have ambulance and time because area no be an area accidents and emergency. And to make appeal to the assembly, fair or more, but most of them they are doing their best to say on make my one fixing for now. And the MPs, they are all doing their best to fix these problems.
All right. In the moment, on the time, so say a Juma, it is say a year ambulances, a year mayano, and no pepe, ana a year. Because Anna, a baby, I didn't say, maybe a ambulance, black aquafa, and one maybe, over there we are quick crow will be a name. But Monday, someone, sir, into I am monitor activities of the various ambulances.
Oh, say, yes. you monitor because also ambulance our department ambulance or over your operations operational department no omo make sure say bibia na say edi ambulance no eno na say eye. So I can tell you say normally obi timi ma say ambulance akofa we say na work no they blow those things out of proportion. Oh. But no for now nobody will do that. No staff of ambulance will go say okofa ni maybe say bia make us say maybe a twem no anya say bia okofa ni maybe ebia me no you see a car na ambulance oba okono ohu bia body bi oto bunch of plantain okofie na okodigi obi gina bia o say ambulance akoto ambulance for no omo dia fa body. But this time we have stopped them entirely. Say ope bibia body tra ukwa for private car bra na beto anasa obama na e dia fa passenger car ambulance no befa even a drop of body hono krompo no it is not allowed now.
Oh, okay, so when you budget somebody go kwemu first to protect public perception and as an ye mu bi yadwen na etimi akio free ho.
Yes, you see, I know. I want to assure public say ambulance no, it is meant for carrying only patients. And I staff our measure patients no. That's all.
Oh, okay. The paramedics emu adwuma mo your friend is some crofo emu adwuma ho akade a ambulance because I say be free bibi ambulance no nam ho sa keke normal hodo na egwom ni nyina no asoman no ye ne ko ho dia essay ye replace ekosen ewom
bia ko kama
okay
e fa ambulance e ba be fa ambulance bia say e wo no obenya say bi essay wo mu na you say e fa patient e be program ya e be buku car no out of commission until say e be replace that ade no.
Okay say etenisadia
ya ka say car no out of commission obi ka say car no nante yes a bit man nante but yan fa na say e buku na out of commission ye here oxygen ni mu a yentumi fa car no bi na case na e kofa no na ye oxygen dependent case nti akobasa na yentumi mu because oxygen ni ho but we ka say ambulance is ho fine is ho but akadia say the extra portal patient to manage through hospital no ebe ne bi ni ho so will not be able to move.
Oh, okay. In terms of say efidie ni bi aye ho atechema ewo constituency bi mo enti eba ne saa na neighboring constituencies arrangements bi yo ho say bi a woman de ebe ye adwuma betima support woman de na say
I mean first akwanya we explaining that question so a very very good question I will be sir.
Yeah, that's
constituency ni de e twa wo so nti tem bi obi hia ambulance a ne esa wo ye ne say wo be frɛ 112 no ebe say regional one abekɔ ye dispatch center your regional dispatch center nti wo bɔ 112 no ana say walk in krompo a dispatch center for no o mehwe ambulance eben wo ana say ewa honde depend on the nature of your case no more dispatch ambulance no na akɔfa patient no.
Oh, okay. Nti na che say sanet here not necessarily say baby I want to free na ye ambulance and direct na eba
there be nti so constituency ni ambulance ana say o constituency ambulance na tu efa patient akɔ baby ana say problem bi wo wa na isisi a o fra o sell come say bi o they will dispatch another ambulanceeben o constituency and say even if it's not near your constituency ambulance is strong I bet you me attend to your case no or dispatch it to you your disposal na so it's not necessary o constituency no ambulance no ko na be say no that is not the case.
Okay, all right. say no so understandable. Perhaps said your work can say net here. Inti nature say for now. And the other that na you procure new ones we are beka ho.
Nia ewo ho dada no na ewo ho. Na government we enso nhihye so we di new one 400 eba.
Okay.
But nkai enche bia yensa ka me sure say Ghana for nyina almost better.
All right, now when the lifespan and swing one, and bibi say anyhow.
Oh, say a deal, and ambulance they will sell one memoir after 5 years. I say a new one. So, we a 5 years, echo 6 years. So there's a need say a benya new ones. But a new ones and a buy, yes, say a better no, because ambulance, what make ambulance is the medical equipment on board. So the issue is for us to be maintaining the medical equipment. Be not function very well. I need the car into a new one now. Need the car home. So ambulance there, anka even here to do pass as even a year more than 1,000, 2,000 in Ghana. You know, our population is over 30 million. So more, it will save us good. Until we know equipment a woman we still maintain them in a bear. It will always serve its purpose.
Okay. Now challenges to say yakwine asort any and you move be ye test irene crana ye makwine baby a ambulance and fa sa or how no at the same a bun come from so and I say how was it like
Say how many dear who say do be a free motorist na kasa say mo pese or my kwine binom so bopayo onye on my kwine no say traffic na choku so heavier it is difficult to say one crumple will be obe kwine mo ma no na difficult man no but binom dey intentionally onye because you will binom wa mutim odin you will not care to give way into which mean can say if you face that problem because every emergency vehicle at times will face this problem. But as a human institution, we have to manage and see how we can cope up with those people.
Baby, I mean, I could do a accident prone. You know, say, baby, or an acquisition to see dedicated ones be or why a yoko AGYEMAN.
Yes, my main custom see a new sea will be. Say, you as the prone area via the ambulance, no, you can say out of commissioner. Papa, we want to mean that. Or make it short, say, within some few days, 1 or 2 days, the ambulance is back to road. Say, in your grandpa, you will get some other ones standby. Say, no, move to this side and save area because I have the prone area. Until another day, I'm feeling the
Oh, okay. Okay. Simon, in fact, yeah, there's a sound of pay 1 million who no me koso our national ambulance. Regardless if I'm statement about the buy ya na yedi ho komo. Em sound of pay so am Ghana fu hu say I am shishi enim ambulance no e wo hwa je say eye adwuma. Etimon koso na wonhwe say ebi wo hwa na ebi nso e beyond repairs me bo a no ne balance na e de shortage eba. Is that the case?
Beyond repairs. Okay,
say ebi o ha na kwanhie ebenya no ebia na esese kura na anye yie biem
fidie internet there fidie means I can't deny it outright.
Okay. Yo Simon enano pay ye dance
madam for the man ka tell say I want to mama
mate kwabra Simon so tia why
Simon boko there
no me we ya pa me to ka che
me shawo baba
okay all right Simon anope ye dance on ye din komo
ndama small man sa kwanye we ya mi shira mo
Ose nyamisira papa that's it. Great. Abusia ya ne Ghana National Ambulance Service. Wamo PRO ya friend Simon Keura. On ya ne din common. Iti sa tricycles na ba ye no. Ana tricycles na aba no.
Aboboya. Aboboya.
That's right.
Aboboya. Aboboya.
Okay.
Aboboya.
Kwabra no na beboa enkrase uze wo du ekra bi ase a asa wo ma yaresa bia no ene se be ye kra je se obi be ko ba bi na enye easy o
mimma asa Ghana for pese o mbeti ase ana omu nkyire mu mo nje sa enkrase asem na wo ka no de etie ne se ekrase obi ko afuom na kwabana onipa na okopra obefia na de champon ene ntomago na de akekere so osre na odi akekere so that's all tetanus no wo nse sa anyoma ni nyina anim e bia na sekan na atwa no e bia na aboatea na aka no on sa anyoma no si
aboatan ro ni de wo mu mfa bi nkonkura ase
yes
yes your friends venomous one
yeah venom na me inti omo no adwuma wo mo koye no
wo mu mfa wo waduro ni bi nkonkura ase papa
ya de ni be free wiram mo se ebro no mo de so ano mo be ba bedru na afro no na wo bewu
wa wo mu wo kuro mu di wo mu ntanka
dabi wo mu ka do mo
wo mu de anu wo mu anu
ejo mo no mo wunye hu sa
wo di wo mu wunye hu wonu wo betu ya sha wo da mu a
edidi ame aye kese
odidi mi ha no akoda
so ahu enti we mu no adwuma esese omu kire mu se ade we ekoye no ede kosa anu a na atimi aboa ansa na omu de beduru kesie mu no na omu aso anu ansa ma na no na mampanyi ka se yesusu ni fufuo anadwo eni banku waso betimi edi nanso udi a teso fufuo de yedi a umu atwede se ya
se ye nyina ya teso
adi ne ntem
Udini ntama na tinya yo ho adwuma. Se nka no pase kwa na adi fufu enye bone.
Because do be kwa.
Thank you. Enkodu anwumre no. Na am digest kama.
Na wa sweat. Na wa sweat na de da na sugar ni nyina
bes ne ko. Wa hu ade no. Na we de da bi, obi wo ha na dwokonkon wo se mi pefufuo. Mi pefufuo anadwo kro obedi banku.
Benkoni okru
akohwe se anwumre 89 na wadi fufuo ni abenkwan
ene ese
na 9:30 wani kum na wada
na shows
wa no nsuo ako ade a o kasagu obiso a seduane no apro wo
e decent na de ba na nya
hey manteri Santi ade bano.
Yangupo.
Hey.
Wa hu say yes.
Dabi.
Nti
ye kuya hu.
Nti moma yen hwe ye didie ye. Ni nyina ne se. Wa hu say sa de we meme de menti ase na me kan yo. Say koba se bia wo ho yem ekeka wo. Uti pai wo. Obu ho ha bibia anya no behu na ni so abiri no.
Ai.
Wo behwe no kra na ye ne pressure ne kosoro.
Yeah.
E na Ghana for so yempe hospital ko. Yempe check up ko.
Especially mema.
Yes, mema no. Mumu kra mo de ne de ano.
Mema be ko hospital da sa na yire na de ne ko. Ana se.
O na de ne yire ko.
Dabi ana baby a waduro no.
Baby aduru na.
Ogina owuo ne nkwankwan.
Enye sa de a wonko.
Wonko.
So on nti nka we no. Baby esisi hu se bi wo baby a wo de ko ne koye check up keke. Ukona koye check up I think say eno beboa. Na yeti we so ye free. Se kwabra ye nye hwe.
Yes na mate.
Enti ukọ na ukoye check up ni ahwe ade anka nipa bia uduru mfie so a se ye num se ya yanyini ba bia ya duro no nka uduru ba bia achekura no every week bia no e wo se o check your pressure
yeah
e wo se o check your sugar sa nyoma no because kwabena no na ekun yen
yeah
wa hwe ya obetina ho
a wudi se sa enemy ba ko pa nka hu na se udwane aya rice
kwabena
rice no aya po ho no
de wunim ntia
ha
enyo
majani sa ya wasanimi
ayo
ya wasanimi aya rice
se emo nsusu ye di ni bebre pa wo man mi ye di mo obi wo ho a majority we say woman mutu obedi kakra na ma na
mutu na mepe
na masabone obetimi adi ne 3 times
mutu ni de mepe pa especially ene nkatenkwan no
ya di beans kakra gu nche
na manage ho ya so wonim say sasa na yedi no wo ye no ma ye okuma sesa no and I say onya beans kakra
na gugu enti ode mutu no wope onya bibia ni na oya ne jollof a obedi oya na mu ni stew a obedi unya eni kontomre obedi oya onya fried rice nso a obedi bibia emo no do odi be ya ma ni bia obedi what you say enso so emo bebre no
ya we send me
kwabra me unim say me sorte me ye me weight loss no me jai mu di 1 month pe me jai mu di me jai mo me jai bread aye die un say omo di yeast gum
na dokono
ebro aduane omo di yeast gum enti yeast no na ma brodo no yakese no enti brodo no yakese a na wo di akomu no wonya kese
nso be yakese
me da se
enti
be say me ba for me pese me ba form no kwabna me jai mu di 1 month me jai ebro aduane di 1 month brodo me jai di samaduane bia me jai di etwen ye bese mi sa abosomi no so ye ko bosomi mienu ntem no 1 month 2 weeks na ohun mi anamete se wana ya pepa ho na che se ma ba fom ti se aduane na mi di ni nyina akwabana na eku yen me de bia me ka se wo ko hospital ne ka che se o cholesterol no kosora hwemu a wodie hwe banku na hwe brodo sa ne o ma mi ensen wo de opa ajaidi na rade
akonkwala no bi school no ya besra abata ne se sa drink no amode mema nkwala no
fizzy drinks no
mu ku omu o
fizzy drinks ne de
se akwada 13 years wanya kidney failure
eno de
sa drink yala drink munyai
and your friend carbonated drinks
and I say kind of fizzy drinks
ese yete so na ye de man kwala no na kwabena minister ben na o man pen say your friend demolition minister
greater
agra and then wakoya na de ni biem wo ba bi
okuro
yeah
okay yeah ahifa madia sanje me o
mame kwa amano so na kwadwo mi show ewo ahomano so yene no eni nkomo na yesi demolition exercise because no omo no ka say that demolition no omo de no akomo on krata court nsensem kura court injunction ni ade da so na e ba ne sen eti yenkwai na yene kojo eni nkomo kwadwo mi show mache
menu opinion morning no
eti sen anopen
ami adumba asemo
nyame adumba da asemo ho Assemble na esi.
Okay, menu me for is watch for ni obia obi sompai. It's I think somewhere around 2024, 6 months to elections. And asasi da do I member I friend Mr. Pena Kudro or Canada. And around 11 a.m. say Obi was asking Obubu ni war, which is about 3 acre war, 12 course war. Anokwa me say na me call baby na never say me dan me ho ekọ asase no so. Ne tenten ni tete an say me kodu ho no na asase 3 acre watu ni ya owo 12 course war no. Ye bubu ni egu. Na military men any bulldozers near the ade bubu. But that time I see no. Now, then Minister of Data Agent, Titus Nova, in a tiki star exercise. Ye bisa amuno, or say a honor forest reserve. Yes, bubu.
I am paid on the Sokakra, huh? Was a sabre na ye honorable titles global and air regional minister.
Me pacho.
As at the time, I was some say Obi e bubu sa Mojabadiano.
Me pacho. Intino me call asase no so no na nokwase ni we bubu 3 acre wo na ya fetini ya intino me bita say then any reason here or Tibubu war. And almost say or say a honor a forest reserve. But I know say me bra airto assassin. Yeah, search the Bia Land Commission and I even crown forestry commissioner almost later on almost castle on near forest reserve. And my report nearby. Now me bra assassin and so forest reserve. In another land commission to clear MIO land title cry a cover assassin so. Intino said the assembly by no, yes, we dim brass so intino ye call court, think our court in the assembly mind. Intino assembly for an court here too, or the injunction ever to assassin to no to I any issue with. Intino, yeah, that's so called court. And I recently who say assassin then regional minister titles global no new regional minister which is honorable Indoklu Asama Omaye fence war ewo assassin na aye na kakra se de na ekoso intino one time come try say time no more year one me try say me call her akofine out me call her no langas be HCC me out of me ame brasa say our to
What mu yi wo free so wo pamu free so
omo pamu no mu krantiu omo pamu mi free so say assassin ni obi adia na mini kwan say eju adia wo no omo say CBU no meba ho na me wa simbia me nko me friend is saying omo say me wa simbia me fan for regional minister no office and I'm you ma say and I'm free assassin no so boko
but na eye hwan na no to war no
okay pacho titles global ebe bubu no 2014 now new war now no regional minister no in the man order so too because on ground you call na me here me hwehwe mu kakra no almost regional minister no na am ho kwan and there is even a letter you who ya na a letter header omodi aya no urge some sort of backing from parliament say this is the exercise of person undertaking which I can forward the letter to you guys nanka ma kan mo the American.
Yeah, you mean the current regional minister?
Me patron.
Ono na o chese wo mo to war enfanfa asase ne ho.
Me patron.
For what reason?
Minia, I just ono kwa no bitimi ya no.
Na wetimi a confirm say you no. Na asase no se dodo afan na eda.
Me patron asase no eda dodo Forest Hotel. Junction no super.
Yeah, Forest Hotel. Dodo as a Forest Hotel. Where baby house na as a kwan ba ko efa left you dodo akro no mo no. E na ba ko nam right.
Good. Unim hopa.
Ho de minim ho.
Efa left no, we say junction na so no. We asase kakra kebi da ho. Say wa fa ho recently asase no na make kan wan no.
Na regional minister wall na oto afa ho no. So the protect asase no. Ana say obi ena o claim say ne de enti ena wo ka say regional minister na to wall afa ho.
Minia. Sesia no asase a enye regional minister dia asase ye me bra for our land title to free odu kesi ebusia no say obi ba say ye ne dia nka ne papa mu no minim say nka e bia odu kesi pompo na wo so mo ye den omo frɛ ye na ye ka say o e bia assume the amano and give it about regional minister ne dia from what we know and from all documentations we have enye ne dia influence waba obi asa na say wa predecessor ebubu war now we stand to war afa ho without our consent and say unyamaya then I really can't fathom what exactly is going on.
Okay, now can what me are finding out from the regional minister if perhaps they are working say what is the reason behind because said they are working honorable titled global here regional minister one ba be bubu now one say baby a dan mu si woko no e na mra ma ho kwan say mu be si woko asase no mo akwai no legally ana
mimi abema asase no state ya mekan no ya akwa ni legal now there is a land title document in the name of Mr. Bernard Rudu a cover asase no and I mean say land commission a very credible institution because if there was any issue with the land and car, me sure say omo betumi I issue in because some background yes almost search near the but my main car same way I'm a miniano at all assassin. You see, because now assassin no na you say a wall a caution. We use about 4 months day to day constant ABC one. Let's say a crown bar or maybe desire because you call traditional council ho die who the say na you say you call Dodo police station who say oh yeah ya to as you say na you obi am be harding now after year one we 6 months to 2024 election then this demolition happened. From where we sit, there is no yes or no you can see any issue that has to do with litigation on the land.
Okay. Enti say no munnim say obi na claim say asasene ne dia enti na said that we can regional minister na supervise say o muntwa war en fanfa ho. For now you don't have that information.
No please. We don't have any such information.
Court and some so
Okay, the court and some no said ya wa only said ya Ghana try to me. Court no ya kwa na say because site was global and no regional minister then are not representing the state no. They say no ya the court na was attorney general and then o defending it no ya filing a case na attorney general so riding filing in defense assembly work court in year that suit the in a judge in year so and the or the injunction then to assassin so which injunction no mean say a crowd at least name say almost the two do make the be a force to assassin no say then I was say it has to be halted until the court declares and has Obama judgment on the land now they are in his favor no now we who be our and no court in Tanzania you name one which next month 11th May yes uncle court be back to assembly so I say regional minister last week or the incorporia could go assassinate to be say almost clear to bulldozers which man be to say no Ghana hanu se court crash and brassy bibia utumi do utumi e ka se o me de me ya be mu ni pentino dia me pese me ya na me
you're trying to say Benya regional minister na ye bisa no ho asem e fa assassin ho but proud to that no what's the court injunction that so
me patcho I court injunction that I can send you all these documents
much secure court injunction of which I will demand it as a me be ma WhatsApp na dey send here and na also one grader ya tesem and now you have evidence say a fact say a honorable Linda Oklu or regional minister na omo ye and ya tesem
in your bema last Saturday in Profona na omugusto omo in omo ka say regional minister in a mom 2 meter omo be djuma na omo no say I think the Bia Yanko regional minister no na Yanko Bitano and until I'm regional so case you know in a
okay it was say one man e was so no mo ka sa de kire mo say mo ko bisa regional minister
me pa join
but who say one be kind sa obi wo ho no odu obi din oh and ko bisa regional minister but all you know no na bia na regional minister no so enim ho hwe enti minim say mo na mo kura asase no so title is that correct
me pa join
adena mo petition regional minister and says say and na matena ka montie the response because someone kwankoto onu amu e wa asase no so da ana
I know they are not creating, but they are petitioning the office several times without any response, which our lawyers, I Kwame Jan and associates, Moody and they are petitioning office not several times, actual for office not several times. You see response beyond the honor. Think a didn't qua, you have to response are all kinds of food. Maybe Mumbra and international but nothing of that sort. And which latest now and also no, I can send you copies of it.
Assassin, how many plots or acre?
It's approximately 3 acres. That is 2.98 acreage.
And I say no development never cost so ho. And now so more to want just to protect the land.
Okay, it's no mini abema nanka mini ano ne botano say nanko pese uti hospital facility be because of the beer assassinate and our Canada. Now our investors be our new in common to the not the plans as to because of the size of land and any Diana oppressor, oppressor need to say a special center over the Aradu door if you are we don't have the specialists in Ghana for which me that was the plan he had for the land.
Okay. Unfortunately, my friend regional minister number now were off, but them say you better follow up to find out. Say a yampa said ya walking. Ebian any penny be now one more edini ding ye sa na say a pe on instructions na amasa for ya also. It is say what is the next action amobe take?
Oh, next action you taking it yellow formal complaints police for no say saying that weekend no you and also no said your friend is saying court no 11th May you're trying to say you better sign court no but then your lawyers no you new makasa almost to work around the clock to see what can be done in the interim before I call court.
My next court date in there.
11th May.
11th of May. Okay. Is you say no a court no na ebe the next action. Answer na mo decision be amoteke.
Me pacho an wadaruma. Because from what we know no and kamini abema think injunction that assassin so dia and kan papi mununka dey now yini ayen train ma court ni decide na say e bi kana ti an e ka se e jefu and say ma sebe nka won train na onye dia we ana pacho nyeta.
Okay.
You know, court na yini aye yo krima ye court ni bi no on train ma court no and management na the officer same process if all the odds are against us no moja that mean no if you abide you ready so if we have to abide that if they are so assassination on the because we there at the end I'm calling in our favor now we have to say but yeah you need to it has been legally acquired the IEC and same kaka and especially coming from that office in particular no it makes you question what exactly is going on in the country.
It is a say I can say AGYEMAN was so omuguzo to war.
It's there because the ecology complaint over police station it's there as we speak this morning main cause the about to be as we speak now.
One pet and another more to an answer now one more year other things second 1 year before for become.
No more greedy the machine ability to no more greedy assassin also.
A year beside a war now one more to no. Okay. Further documents be a will be ano yebema wo they send it. Na ya follow up. Unfortunately, regional minister number no ewo off. Ye mame Linda Akwele Oklu. The number no ewo off. As at now, me gusu me try me freno. Inti ye benyano na ye nyano nso a ye baby sano munsem. Why? Okay. Higher needs 100.9. Way demolition kum development be a koso asasia eben forest hotel dodoa. Na said the branch and can say Mranti a woman was assassinated so ne kase regional minister. Omun konkom bisane say ya no kre say ya no kre. Say regional minister one instruct to be no say assassino. Honorable titles global pen so kra na woman koye demolition be a wo this current regional minister here, Honorable Linda Akwele Oklu so ba ya almost akọ assassin so. Allegedly, according to one more, na ye adwuma also. Nti ye be follow up to find out what exactly is the case. NIT 100.9 Jumedi ye friend Ghana Montie.
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
What do I do in China? 02011627746 0201162 746 na yakenkan wadwenkyerɛ ne the amount Ghana Montie so midin de Mark Jerry Osayajima na wohwe omre na watwe no aba apa sima no edu awo need 100.9 Agos fa enkrata ne bini yanko animo
yo enti abusia mame emfa chronicle da obokrata na chronicle da obokrata no pay e no say we kra wo bisa o say foreign investors wo mo na eba befa yinanyini bauxite no ana o say stakeholders na wo mo kasa na stakeholders no wode wohene a wo hinahini hinahini na Dr. Boatin Chum a wotoso mienu ena wode ni mfonyini ababeto ase ya na mo ebisa se ade na foreign investors na eba na wo monka ema yehunu afei wase wo mo eton bayire se enkrofo se enkrofo nto bayire enti se de bayire to ekofom no ama wo mu jae wo mu adwuma mo beye enti se aye den de ama wo mu wo mu adwuma na ekofom pa enti the chronicle abomu amane wa ha Mampanyi John Dramani Mahama promote senior police officers mako 19 ama eno ho asem ewo aha na ukopiem ewo chimam so ochihene is our overlord we are kingmakers wo mo a wo mu si hene adua na abusua wo mo de wo manson bi aba be piem wo ho na akofa wo mu nyina de aba eti ene chronicle do bokrata no ebo amane ewo aha enei woka ensem ahodo eka ho na Jerry
my uncle so yane wa wunua bema ye honorable Sami
Ewoko
Esquire
bra panyini boys abre
boys
midini drosso bebre
eyeze woke
ai boys abre
ekuapem na oto na emrahye bedwani
oye mrante hene
baba sense ni mrante hene
dabi hena me mrante nyina na so oye mrante hene
okay yes
da nyina
ono so efatan
da oye MP kra no oye mrante hene
yane Sami eni komo enanobe honorable Sami Ewuku mrahye bedwani ekuapem north vice chairman public administration and state interests abedoku ewo Ghana mrahye bedwafie yane ni komo honorable mache
so my guy na my power na ni na ba bonus ano
isa wa power no nyoma e wo so ne yede indi ne yebo
I say na divine selection aka me oni
aka woni ya no kasa ya che so wa woni say no kasa ya che
na che say esa na
aries wo mpa
better air time
sa
need when father name out mu be di hon komo
but you say great
say the bill na breme
that's all na bibia bokwa no pay
Nyankopon am pe bia chen or say once you have life no and ya ehun hia
no krepa
ni akan de ya na onyame nsem
sa
but who kra won kwa o de na
that's right
great
good na yendi kan bisa we say wo hwa aya bambofo etitru say ye posifo wo mu dwumadie ekosen a wode ho afutuo ma say one more loyalty no enye to the state. Would you say be a one mutu anamobia enko ye?
I mean, share with you for I mean, share in person so for Captain North.
Yo.
So for and man. I mean, the would see any Captain Diano. Just a place a customer so haunted. And Chabuni and was studio and that producer.
Yeah, that's
and like a computer would be after.
Oh, no man, baby, I'm so a woman, a woman, I say, take on Kakranka Krebisa. Aha, okay, yes, yeah.
Memnon Dage maybe for University of Ghana. Na mene a former attorney general. So no deputy minority chief whip yeni abema Jerry Ahmed Saib ono so ye mranimni ena lawyer ni penny lawyer Frank Davis ena mini aba lawyer ni Fatima tu Abubakar ansa very proud ene lawyer Kojo Opon Kroma. Na ye kopie dwumadie bi ase a ye frɛ no Students Network. Emrant Nemaba almost emrasem ewo Legon School Ponim and that campus is Gempa, Makola, Kumasi ni ade a join na ekasem na mede itu dwa se ene bibi koso Ghana eha obi ekasa wo social media na otroso a na police for akokukru no ekotia ban a ne akopagya ne de wakotwirem na saa enema we no kra so no ekoso no me sanso di tuida so se ene ohwe mampani dada okona ho megiem yewura nanado danko akufo ado appointees of power ye nyina no so a mahama ban ama state agencies, state investigative bodies, security agencies investigate almost everybody. Yanka say bone ekoso a menhwehwem na the kwan a womo de yen faso ene ye fra so ko baby to say you kwa ni ye twa mene a yes ansane ye bema wo bill no kukukuru ade a ehu value sikadoso po a wahwe ya wobetia abre ansana wenya bi eno no ase yama wo fa ahodie se yama wo bill na so betini atwrim for days any weeks esanse ni a wo pedi abegina mu no wonsa enkan afei so no wo hwe ekwan a ye de hwe so investigations no a after deliberately no ye pese target o esanse o ye a member of NPP amanoko na saa niema we koso no na mafa so na media atudwa se niema 1 NPP de ni adi akire 2 ade ha dwen a emwa ama ye kabina menkabi amemu no entini nyina esanse se ye ka o kasabo asro yem ye de hwenhu a ya takire. And these are things as well. I can also tell you for a fact that Dr. Baumia has been very worried about the approach and the way the opposition party in Peliforno are being targeted. Now, self-future ways so now make us no me as so me the ma a year before and no more yet know the state security apparatus and investigating bodies and say and they a NDC in also 2029 a NPP in a bebaso. In Seduma Diana Woyen, and fan show team say, oh, yeah, Eddie, please just abide not tesono. Now let your loyalty be to the state. Send a bear, abide beba, abide beko. Where Monsono, you will not be targeted, emra, a year abide assassin. Because near many beyond the aye and yoko, and then near more de ye and wohono. The MPP is taking very serious notice. We are documenting whatever we are going through one by one. And no more, you use them as instruments of terror. We shall never forget.
Okay. Na obi bebisa se aya na yeka se your freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech. Obi abetimi aka de obeka. Na mom de awoka no so no ya hweyie se onkoka bibi a anhwa na de wakwa kodi mra ne nsem. Etiano na ba ne sa na beka say atata bi because yenim MPP fo bebre a womo ba ye radio yi so eba bekasa. Yenche womo. Na yenim obi nso a wakwaka bibi a ne ho akwakoda adwan mu. Enti ye nipa na sem na oka ye na ebi asabio. One hwe ne yie na ede ne call ya na se obesusu se ya tata bi no bi tata obi.
Barack Obama can say also the only way to discourage hate speech is to promote more speech. Now, I said to Mubium, the only way to discourage hate speech is to promote more speech. Ukomu se nipa mienu kwa no obusa se na adano no denesi. Yet your memu ha mampeni na nado danko ekufu ado ne na ban. NBC supporters surrogate any omo bie online ama omo ye podcast. Ebiti amanone America krum, ebiti Ghana. ɛhoro Akufo-Addo on daily basis. Na busua na ban painting caricature. Sanko for na ban we cry by and yes, that momo ba Ghana, ebe momo free pass, as I'm a court say jao. On various occasions, Akufo-Addo and his government were subjected to abuse. But you know why the MPP didn't act? The MPP felt that Yekebina Minkebu Amemono Egusu Eni. And again, secondly, no, we should not go back to the culture of silence. Nipano or the ehu any ehunabo brintino na amakasa krano untmi enkebi. The danger of it is that go back to that culture of silence era no. Your people become timid. They'll not be able to express themselves. No krasa to de bi akasa nim bi yesi. But say obi be kwa akotro bibi we internet. Obi kwa akotro bibi we afidie so. Abangbofo be frɛ akɔhyen wo na ebia yakan emremu no nea waye tie but enya nneɛma ni na so de nipa ni tum for days because we show creative powers because a misdemeanor so we did so be a pass a comment a defamatory a derogatory emremu no a misdemeanor enya ade a certain thing de wo tum for days and then what had cyber security a year on the bill ne act on the better a year Ghana for coming. It is a deliberate attempt. You person making sure so yeah the very tool President Mahama and the NDC used to campaign, reach the people, smear the government, and want political power. And then the shoe is on another foot. Young TikTokers, near show, fancy comedy say and KP near channel. Yaya and KP near channel. The danger and the precedent the NDC is setting. Majority and money boom is that NPP is in Panedon. Dan Kwame Biano, Dr. Baumia Befra Kunyaketia. Na NDC for a yebi. Na Baumia party supporters say Kase. If before we were by Muno, and what can you see my own movie? Yenti my own Cassentia by. Other Omo de Yamo Cassentia by. Now your democracy, you're I have no problem when Obi echo overboard and in the application of the laws of our country. Oh yeah, no problem. But where it is seen to be uneven, high-handed, NDC needs me kotna a year a fidieto no a year Dr. Bamian and the wife. Now that the police and the security apparatus they pretend not to see, not to be aware. But my NPP and I'm pro-NPP person, and then the full force of the state is brought on the person. That is uneven, that is discriminatory, that is retrogressive to our democratic dispensation.
Ayana complain bi na ekọ ansana bambo foye to anamon.
Yes, there will be a claim. But there should be a complainant in a case. What could we have before you say Jack said Wakwakotu? Yet Kromoha, Mampeni and no one home Jim and the Wabe Mampeni Biem, Yera Mahama. A whole Supreme Court, Brandy or Mas Unanimous FC. Says our court to 4 way in there. Assembly of Aquacodo be a 7 predias, Assembly and Yado. Nananum, Assembly crying him near Buetia. ANDC4 to from unanimous FC Supreme Court, the apex court of the land. And then you have our regional chairman for Bono criticizes decisions of a high court judge or a trial judge. Straight away, yes, Yemecho, Yemfan Kotum, Yehankofo. That is unfair. And that is against even the spirit and another Danko Akufo-Addo name penny for a to repeal the criminal and seditious libel law. No more journalists for under the PNDC and the NDC era. It had to take a Akufo-Addo and his government to repeal this criminal and seditious libel law. Senabaya in Central for Benyan Wakwenya at the Ayoma Juma without fear or favor. We shouldn't go back to the dark days. We've come a long way ɛna nkanyi bɛka sɛ wɔgbɛgyɛke baabi a yɛfiba no na ɛwa but the other baby we can only improve upon it. The government should be tough to receive criticism. The government should have a tough skin to be able to endure criticism. Sana democracy and also no, what can you say in a sono and yes, some discriminatory. A some sound for fidi so editorial and so forth. Say Kasani do an argument say way no a to the extreme. You targeted at the person or the personality. Na say ya dia ubetimi so no a tone down and no so boa. And yet there na say kasa no emu yese. There are times you can criticize in a respectable manner, but make your point. But that doesn't mean that when the person goes overboard, kakra no, the full force of the state must be unleashed on the person. That's not the hard thing because no crime makers does the NDC is on its way out in 2028. All the conditions in the country is give signals that this government is nearing an expiry date. So you'll be now about AGYEMAN, who military, who BNI or NIB, who police, who national security, who Yoko. Don't be an instrument of terror because you're too bad in when I work out with AGYEMAN, no, when you be about the sound. Na nye ho no na samre no obechiremu ko kantam ne bebia ho na nafi. Unuma ene ye de bejaje. Ko wa wunuanom eba be yiwama the new government that comes say we na ne use no mo de tata mo. Nti afutu a me de ma wo mo no na edise me de ma wo.
The ekoswe affecte wo hwa at the dent at the enkekawa bi aba beka eye free speech ana.
I think so. It's an assault on free speech because ama and Elipano ain't me free na come to even express your opinion. Esana or expressing your opinion or kotete and not the express it. Into the way you want to discourage hate speech, you will end up instead not promoting hate speech.
Na la wadaroma se yehwe ye social media, traditional media no crowd aya na restrictions kakra wo ho. Te said ya okeken me yobi a se no ama men so se bi obi begina social media so na ye panyin bi ordinary wo na ye horo no. Minimebra de omode ye. Yes. Oh, te dia mete pa. Mete
US. Omonte how ye bie fit US, ye biem unleash the dragon. Adia won kan yes waka. Yetimi kase baumia ene me ye 77 prediasa e kofa na medro so wo kata. Ena mra na Middle East nsensemi e koso ntino makwa kwose se mala mosese na nipa na
Ninyina metepa. Even though I don't pay attention to such.
Not a single reprimand. And the police want it. Yes, super opposition leader nene on the onye nipa only supporters. Eya na momi anya fair. Because moja na wo ba omi ane ne yirimu no the same thing na wo yira mahama ne yiri susumu. And when the state security apparatus pretends not to hear the attacks on the opposition leader, you make it very difficult for us to also be able to call some of our supporters who will go overboard to order.
Diana,
to the extent they say Padas needs me because they have to take the government and the year Ibrahim Mahama private jet and a cover, which was not true. When in actual sense, Dr. Bamia even traveled 12 hours by road from Qatar to Saudi Arabia. As you say, I buy a charter flight, 50 and they call the Qatar. And they call now you good panu fee and yenokre. The NDC will never call these their surrogates and assigns to order. It's your young one. It's your dear.
And then I made the AC to say, what do we do? Because I ye a kosua and yefe. Ye de can sem edify and penny for him, including war a lawyer Samuel Wukua, Meno Woka say. na yɛbɛka nsɛm de afa wo ho a ɛnyɛ nokore. What do we do? Kwan bɛ so yɛbɛfa so regulate space.
The truth of the matter is that it is how we have conducted ourselves in the past. The moral courage to speak against it was diminished. People pretended not to have seen it. You know this imrantia, me a so a him from Pennyform, ya so power, or take a course yan fan a huncheno, or take me yan fan a huncheno. You ya fa a so form Pennyform, ya home. You ya about political leaders and opinion leaders. And you know how the NDC fought it? They rewarded them instead when they won. Into how then don't you think it will embolden people on the other side to believe that there's reward in such conduct?
But I know what kind of reward is that? Lawyer. So, but also you want these communicators in the so Bambo no Bambo for be to me actually more recent time because one is a Keneric. Yeah, so yeah, NDC communicator, but also WhatsApp so I can't say be am a police for tons are the friend. But no, I belong to a party or also. It is Bambo for me say
about but Keneric no, you didn't to Papa. Your friend no call police for and then a court can call you some man coffee. The boy, your friend Baba Mando, Edman report to Sunyani, and then a bar cry. Near processing for court, near Sardini tomb, near Asani some money bill. Even when the prosecution did not even oppose the bill, now a year your friend is saying the accused no lawyers are filing. The prosecution did not oppose as judge for him funding too. A lot of things are happening, and we are taking one by one notice of all these happening.
But I not say to say judge any or can say there be or remand, but more so at the high courts and now overruling the circuit court, yeah. So it tells you say a sequential,
So you shouldn't even get there because I am misdemeanor, a bailable offense. And especially when the prosecution is not opposing the bail application by the accused lawyer. Because it's bailable. It's a misdemeanor. Then you are giving the impression that no, there's something going on and there's something wrong somewhere.
Okay. Major when I'm beside the ben ye bedru curve no so ye beka say die eye. Unsa o kasa mo no kan. MPP for so supporters so that be MPP eba be dia dia.
Papa.
MPP ba be dia dia yi. Afa no mo so eba beka say enti da ben ye bedru curve no so. That is my worry. Me worry pa no.
It is a concerted effort. Bemena. A contingent application of yenina ye no etum. Kasa no she Kasa said that deliberately di go penimu fin. Me magay me no be a me kasa me ko overboard. Okay, and I'm say measure. But in fact no ni nyina nyepe. Because in every political party omo omoni so she. Omo ye moderate. Ena omo ye sebe omo hojo. It's a cocktail of people. Intino say yen na ya pese ye boa discouraging hate speech. Yet nananom more journalists, any media houses, abambofo, asofo, opinion leaders, any political class and political parties. Yen na timidi ye hujim na amanaye fe. Yetinia pipe down on heater our system.
Okay. Menu di nkomo ya na eye me wofa lawyer Adomako Befi. Ura Adomako Befi abebobo ura no se o. Men can't also chill.
And I mean, say you're a Adomako, Metin and Kanache, SDA, Penmupa. Now you'll be so we didn't win you war a year a month. Now, or and you say, yeah, Madame Funtina America. Me na or you me penny, a woman you see more Legon, not Diana, as a president. Now, no one so no tata, yetia, ni ya, Megaya Sandesa Manusip. He is one very distinguished political communicator. Our church in say Musume Twasum. And you say patronizing. He serves as an example for communicators, baby. But you also may be against it. Year 2 years now, so for not a buyer tissue as a so used to every run to intimidate opposition element. It's my main child also way. Now, I mean, said, and then so show so.
Oh, UTV no abefa.
Oh, UTV.
On the ban, what I say so babechi ame.
Tia no attra na so.
Mate. Lawyer, it's also a chop why. Also, Kaza.
Barbara. Marching.
Major so.
Nede also Adam for me. Unu ya na so Adam for.
Me see me ni ane madam.
Masa enye mistake.
O kan no me no.
Na unim say Magderi so no. With that sounding braggart. O ye me junior already omu.
Ai.
O konongo ya bere papa na be pie kuru mu.
Eza bebe.
Mo na mananti mu no e de bedu baby amadu. Ya o mo tu medie no a. Sabe ifie nyansa ka ho. Yeah, tradition your culture so no a shape mentality.
That's right.
And yet some of it ya mo betna so no and driven by social media ni ade na mo de ye modjuma. You ask the right questions. Mo sansa simple credit there. Mo nyansa plan so.
Yes.
Ebusa no nyansa mo. But mo be stations ti bi na mo tie bi a. What you say at the station I say Gaza strip na.
And they are not enyanwa. Because say idea we shouldn't. And they say you can say yeah do any soon tina yenuanum ni bi said dia wo mo yom no ma no. Aya na egu insentro adwuma no kura ni mase.
You see near boyem. Wasunda ho near boyem. Onisa bia na wo kan wo so on the station so no. Igina so ni ho. It say another personal program end it. Now, face so no, the other side so called for so cotton baby no more. How then do you correct them? And the money here they majority. But the way you're not as a massa with the immense so
yeah,
saying no correct. Young quite someone did say, wow, winning as well better. Many panway channel. If you're not so your NDC or your MPPO, won't say your credibility, as a host, as a journalist, as a broadcast journalist, you intact.
Okay.
By Kobani say me feel say ye be airspace me attacking me leader of my party. Yen to sebe. Yen kase nipa ni nchirem, yen ma nipa ni intwaso. Then na me so men call for kokebia. Me dia men call men call for to order. Then ye de bote no. Ye de boba.
Okay. Where the medicine I will create a quick one. Mampenye say do so mo hona na kan adu ndu mo ho ompesu ano so oza
o crowd ne sama na yehu ne say ye dum no na on say ekrapem on ye curve na yeso so na du anwuma a bonisi
yes
nti
it's ana we hear more visibility
nti you can imagine e ho a ye hilly e wo people so e kwan ne so ye curve may I send them light. May also some me with 2 special needs schools. School for the blind.
Yeah.
And a school for the deaf. So the no. So visibility no low. Driver for a bone cross any pattern and crown.
Yeah.
So with the deaf. And then President Mahama said, it's been happening for the last 3 months.
Also, yeah, Grady, my yam and she. When you doom so now, and can you be a buy?
And then the media, and I may do the say, Mebao, and now MPP time. Now, upgrade. After about 2-3 weeks, now here by NBC for catchers, young kind of can doom so naba. And maybe a year Mahama so upgrade and the same upgrade no grid code for no an issue let any be in the past. And it's for say no dey doom so na upgrade. Na no your bumpire ni be boy year Mahama and then aban say NC en ye. It's answer minor AC year union no e be kind. NPP we don't wish the NDC evil. We don't wish them bad. We wish them say Nyankopon mo emo madwom be kra yimu to the end of 2028. Na omuja so my in 2029 January. Yes, you had your minor dum pempen sepese. And then portal. Last year, Guta, any traders, ebo buy about budget aya kind e be mada. See buy papa ba 1 year down the line. And the traders, any shippers, importers, freight forwarders, some person betia buy ni bin kra. And my year Mahama, eba buy mu, or catch ye wama sama oil campaign. So no bar, a year school feeding, senior high schools, or the Sikana Casadoma head teachers. No ma kwama sama jom, o ma koto a year ojain, menchie, kosia, any appointed. Na o ma did a year mamofram. And the Oko ye schools are, your video showing say a year eba. Gary any enquiry to the Nam Emin and I am friend AD. And the Sasika Yera Mahama Cass and your Bema senior high school teachers. You did be more on first quarter of last year. I met him. And then central heads of assistant secondary schools or senior high schools, chaff. And on this a buying a memu, they are likely to close down the senior high school. You koyana you buy. Look at the number of times I have to talk electricity. So the conditions we face, we've gone beyond PR, packaging, and settings. Now the American now is empire na yebo. Na coupons so you mun kakra kra yebo empire ma NDC say NC obuye no mo fa yen kwa 2028. Na after 2028, here about mia so ba be som na so or share or minor with me improve upon the situation about them.
Okay.
That's
Wonsome da say a honorable Samuel Wuku lawyer ni Oyemra Shebedwani we Kuapem North. Yeda iso woni yedin komo. Abusia ha ye ni 100.9 to OSEI. Akwakwa ese bambofo no enoma enkoyi emma womo especially woma ewo opposition. Bambofo ni yiyimo. Wadwen chira wa 0201162746. The wofa eye ora yaw adomako befi. Braba nye neze.
Onyame adom.
Na mekoso ho.
Nyame tiase.
Ye de Nyankopon ase. Nyame ase papa.
Me ba YouTube.
Na ma wo say anja obeko YouTube. Na so far say koma ye di won so wo de communication, ye ka communication so ya de a when you atro books bebre wo ho. Na wo ne say eye ebi amafo na ye kasa boro so. Ene do mo kwa amane mu ana say ya ban mu. Ena akwakwa say emra no eye nyiyimu wo mewo position so.
Medasi maminchia etifo na nyame na ye nyina ye nye famu de ni unu so manga na eye dia say ye adwen say ye tena se e wo mu se nyiyimu no wo ho yes wo mu NDC fo no kra no enya dia aban no baayi no wodi ododo no eye adwuma papa fo pa wo ho no mu che binom menka so ma ye yi wo mu nyina nye but e binom de otimi so mu twandwira nanso so no wayi ne dobafo no do mo ye adwuma to wo mo akra mpokra no ade ensan amakwantayira se wutie social media se do mo nkrofo no kamu ano oni nti so wo mo kra mpokra ye yi wo muom dia ene na ye no eye den ye yetimi akoka bi ba eno so nkyere se nyimu ni ntini ye tena se sanse konfo ne tena krom se kron se ya
otimubi
ya inde ni adwen nti hye wo position po a ye kasa ye de adwene to ena de am den se efiri kufo akufo ado so ebesi baomia ene empanimfo no aburu so abi a ye nkwada ni bi ene bi a nso tapo nkyere na obeje wonti otisi gatem but your mama there is develop penchant for that na numu sima obie ka ene niema bia no nanke o gidie se okotena fie die ebia nka nyini bebam by 7 words
edien na waka
insem de mebrebe to the extent some ra mo opposition o kan se na Akufo Addo ni the ministers with all respect if for fanchemi they are pigs ye de nipa toto mpreko ho ne sem mebrebe no aka na no pay no afiachi ni abofo no enti ono ankasa no ni awope ena de etoso mienu ne dobafo ne samija mfi ne ba Queen Sam George no me wo mama okuje torum ni ade toto bi kwa yi odabe nkwa mfie enti if you have these people now we elevate you ekwa yi ada na make ma mo haru na drusudin he's such a distinct man ada na ma mo obi say local government minister what is the name Ahmed Ibrahim what you say despite everything though political differences these people no they have their distinct but what they want cast out isim wo musim balansana ebia metro aso ma men kind this quotation this is one of my books
and books in be
indispensable philosophical course for strategic political management and leadership ya aduma ko befi na about 700 quotes mea na political philosophy ba ko abekan bia no it is any what kind the entire book na me kan free page 157.158 no was say bad politicians are often the authors of their own disgrace. For in their reckless quest to destroy others, they unwittingly write their own judgment. In making their opponents appear filthy, they expose the filth within their own souls, unmeasured, unkind, and unwise. They hang their own dirty linings for the world to see, thinking they are whitening their garments, forgetting that the stench of cruelty clings to all who wield it. They forget that to err is human, and denying this truth to others, they condemn themselves to the same ruthless standard tomorrow. And now they are walking to the end. Aduane a otete yesa o mampanim etimi opposition ka se ayi na Akufo Addo fi so ya kokro ntimi nwie nti no odu onuanom atwa ne ho ahia na to ade na obekọ gabi obekọ yi ho enti ne se meme koka se Alfred allegedly urging Crawford ase otepayi no won so oje ama o se me koka se oba ban mu na Ibrahim otimi to plane eno so etimi cheme se me koka se oba ban mu a na Ghana ye money concessions odema unia na Akufo Addo betu Goldfields Anglo Gold ya na aguo oyeniye wanfa amani nia en wanfa machebi ni anakuapim ni otumfo bo na baso se oye osi ade yo obepeja odi oba ya da mind de wo mo concession agreement na akofom
enra anya over the weekend ebra na Dr. Ibrahim Amakasa no de abaso bode mananado so facilitate ye ma dinsa
nti ono no wakasa ni
it tells you say process na nhyase say ni nua be president
eno kra mpo no minia ba ko akohu dansefo ne hwan ba se sa na tia ene na Ibrahim so aye MPP boni because o maame eka wo mo eka ete party ne ho de me minim no unim se ni nchifri nkawe enti mra John Mama unua pani wo mo kansam de agu na Akufo Addo so eka se kanoforiata obra data bank ote kura ansa na MPP ba ban mu no ade no ama bonti ameka emra si edu nketia ne John Mama eka se yeta MPP NDC adwumayefo no ade na Akufo Addo bo ano no wa ama Montini amekasa de make sort ase eni ntino de mpese meka edit as ni say the originators of politics one more omni politics eba o ma wiase no the essence of politics no it was and it is for the public good say the beye betumi di aboa enyamesompa eni amanyo sem papa eya de kro onyankopon se odofo mi yimpa yesa de nyina ensu yie politics nso the originators one of the buy and say ebeboa ama o maima na yanya politics say emeye anoya nembo mu no nkra de etomre bia mekata ye mu no ebia mi bia I'll find it for you meka se mi say amanyokro amanyosem politics akwantuo na akwantuo no ye omu miensa sa wo hyase a bia early stages no ye brawa wonte ya na atinka bi wom youthful exuberance ya me abodin na bo wo ye koduru ba bia senior smafo Paul kan say me ya bofra no na me kasasa bofra ba wanyine nte saa babo no asa aka say ye de nufusuo na mabofra ba wunyini dia nya no fusuo so ate ase enti so ya branche dia na wo hyase ne ya na uye dede but minia unya tra 45-50 no a samre no you are in the growth stage sabre no uhwe okasa yie your choice of words nebo after 60 ekro no say John mama no so kro no e wo say utimi yese baomia ubie wa no a emfa nkran hyasem emfa nkabomu nebo say unya 360 na okasa say John mama dia wonu moral authority ben e na wo say adomako ba fi akoka sem meminya no 60-50 dia mabo e de na otuma ba chime eni ntino ne yepese ye ka am yewura mama eti ase ni say is it 2 Corinthians 9:27 wasi na mehye me nipadua homete na medi ninya na me ankasa me kasa kire binum yi no me ankasa me nya ne emfra. With all respect, Mr. President, you are so saucy and cheeky and pushy. O tese na den baby aye free
no obeye mampanyi na wo kan na
me so ye mampanyi no before 2016 wo ba ye mpokura no empo atwa obetwa adam no nyina wo mfiri dwaben na matwamu akomi kro maskore and wo catch us asantefo ye ti sabe ye didi a ye de anu twitwiri fom ye hwe nyefe ensema aka ye kase ye kan wo de se wo pedi atia ye se wo pensumati a wo paduma konsumati a na obura berewana na is it not the same meba is it not the same person and obie na no e kan say adwuma oba graduate unemployment ebetwa 2012 eyi ewie ya adwuma mu nya biem wo say what you asmo catch graduate unemployed what you say obie na no nsimo catch wo mo ene ne ma na sebe etan eni ntin ye ritumi ni jawa ne adi aso propaganda tools ene ade nyina no say no say yewura mama onni ho a how is it going to be remembered medi we nu kwa na wie no say what openi we say Alfred Nobel Nobel Prize only say Nobel Prize no free Sweden ono no ye dynamite wie no onya skapa ye de kunkum de aye boni mebrebe ena ni nua ba ko ye friend Ludwig no of France ena ni nua na wu nti anopa no okọ newsstand de say okọ paper bi publisher Daily Post bi Daily Guide bi akenka okoya obie obituary column na ni atwere the inventor of death is gone. O say hey na me nua na wo na picture na dia beto wey enti na upon the second thought no say nti say mi wu ya ka de be ka me ni say obi a oyi owu na wu no ti sa na tie de sika amenya no what they establish a fund for Nobel Peace
Peace Prize
de bi busa yewura mama any Ghana for ni say kanene de onu agitum wasi vote for me again and I'll do the right thing nti wa consider say ba kono de basashi ade obesai niema 2016 enu de onu a you cannot contest it de atosum ye nu aba ye de se ne woni ho no a sai na kokwa akuafo ebekai sai na dwadifo a wo anu ni omo manifesto ni o share yesa mu beji components bi de free VAT mu beyi na mo dia free 4% or 20%. How would they remember him? Say na school for a ubie wa no ka say oba eye wo de say oba school yie and the free SHS stars for anu dem say se nyame ammoa me na o man ti bibia ye nkwada e do mo ba say de menu asameka no eba ene na de man kwada no se na woni wono mo adum so yi samekwada you was charitable saboso me miensa oba ye no 2 months later ene hyase yetremu akwaboso me nson ena janyame adom eyeye oba ya wasan to electricity obra wa bi wa no say electricity tariff odi be kwa form say adwadifo domestic ne yi 24-hour economy onkai enne wo de 28.2 na to so uwie ya wasan de 1 cedi dumso levy na oba bia no mra wo tum no emre sa mre no na nkania eseye menua emu oya how will the Ghanaians remember him? And the insecurities and the siege. Oh dear, as small kind of mood. Or say ye nim say the chira crom for. Na so nya crom for nim say the siege crom for. But no ye am fine your politics. Oh ba ya, and na adie beti bia. Ya kum we, ya ye we, our securities and the siege. Ye ma de ba kudi. Wan kasa wanum tom and obie ka kire say oh ba. Say no, on kwatwa macro economy kura biem. You rather prioritize micro. Omo manifesto. Let me quote that one. Now if you mean fire no NDC manifesto page 3.7 any for say obi wetimi dey ato so am yahwa so mo hwe
okay dey
any point 3.7 let me we are main fancy na no pay no me kokom UTV ebia nyame yadom a so akina ebreba ma any point 7 or say we will shift from over reliance on the macro economy but rather prioritize the micro economy and invest in the real sector to anchor sustainable growth. Because over the years, the target almost set for the macro, almost fail into the new was it this time here, and your microbiome, and your macrobiome, a better micro. Almost manifesto.
Now some micro indicators, and as I say, it's so.
And I may catch that will say, what promising and say micro, one promising and say macro, as my make continue. One over the years, I was fairly macro nintino. A fairly I was say micro. Near a month for and a mono. A bet me a boy, Amia only says he said, Dear Koye. A fairly I'll buy a CD coffin. And your macro now can was me. Say didn't so a coffin, no. It doesn't reflect the reality. Say didn't a coffin, no. And ne, my Jerry, saying now could you more to me talk. A more ya. Saying how is he going to be remembered? And Kasabia son can you buy ye no abeji dimbone no de Mr. Basashi ade nka we ne de nka lumba nyame fa ni sie yi wo say onipa be ye o say onipa be ye bi no aye den wa magi nyinkire enya sa na tie enti nka samre ya kai die na o sen kai bibie na se no de ne ba oba yi no na dwene akoye te se Ghana fo mu di mi bone wo 2016 mi tua mosoka
akatua be no de mai
akatua de bi ni kokwa akuafo asem akatua bi ni school for asem
na kokwa akuafo na amakeke
Edia na ma
international world no na kokko
international
ayewe strategically
enya da beto bu atwafra na mpafi besi wo eto ya pani na okasa nyabotre o kasa opani wo adwene ho international embra o mo kasa en say yewura mama na o media Sam George mo ya o mo nya standard woni ye ditumi a hye wonsa so wunya daje menma ba ko presidential communication na wo hwe what it takes a on fa ni agro onsua de na wo kan enyo na catch say Ukraine 7 international enkayen ba de no to nkyenya koko de no e self inflicted moba ya na nkrofo ma ya adwuma o marketing na yi hon mo no from Rollins's time Opuni time Kufuado time Kufuor time ya nyi wo mo be pam wo mu nyina wo mo se na steady market ayi a world market e won na kofa asem no bae if these people were there and Camry kodru $10,000 no minua ko mo ma yeton wen na mo de tena won na kodru 4,000 enti ano no nya de ese international ayikura ya kwadwo ne nimdie a me man nie enti no oyira enti yanka ne sa shira me one single a teacher for nurse for isu aban a oba ye kopadwuma emu ne ewuo enti how is it going to be remembered ebia ne o mre kakra wo yanim but eno kura no wayere na no ayere ne to ena no nkoka se mienti Akufuado ba woni de mre aye be election eno fa nipa me wan so Akufuado ba 2017 ofa nipa 2012 2016 no fa nipa no ene se na wo ka no by their fruits you shall know them mami fancy na menko
ba wofa anyway better say higher need 100.9 where oraya adoma go be fi na oba wote ne nka no na oko UTV and obe bowre mu be chia ye enti yada se over yada se oba se benu hia bia ma questions ni bu anu be bisa na wote be ya no need 100.9 yaba Ghana Montie asuni
Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie.
Hey, catch it. List ni nie. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Twem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya jontuma miensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Udan kwanu ntumu ho. Me be mo anu nsu hye kwa de aka ho. Uhade e wapi ho. Ukasa batete eda fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up be baba ware.
Asew.
Ye fi say this way chocolate drink ya sorry no pa no ne yenom ye bi hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pa bibia bogu ya deɛ so a this way chocolate drink ni yanom ana this way no ti anu a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade ohia ne nsosie
this way chocolate drink
de ohia ani nsosie
FDA ahwehwɛ sɛ adwade nkratoe mu agye atom sɛ ɛyɛ
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, yanko amano so yakwa kwadi weekend ama. Yeni apomodeni ya brabo ye kidney. Ene eye ya pomodeni said ye say ye hwe na etimigina ne so Dr. George Siama, Medical Director C4C Homeopathic Hospital. Doc Martin.
Yeni ama Jerry.
Na pomo ti say anope.
Senior obada daruma no pe dia me ho ye pa me da se so ho ye de.
Nyankopon dom yesu ye ho ye pa. Na ye bisa say anope ye pomodeni yakodi weekend abai. Ahwe ye be na say ye.
Yo Jerry me da se na no pe so wo we fidie kase si ye bechi aye loyal listeners nyina na of course ya do message se brand o munyamre etie na esan so fresh inquiries simple to just confirm one or two things that almost were radio sonti that omunyina ase ntia so ekoma C4C loyal client nyina any AGYEMAN for nyina ya do biase na senior kan Riley yakọ weekend naba na me no ka say bi kura ho a okọ weekend ne ba no nyoma okọye weekend nti wa shada afre AGYEMAN say ne ho mfa no because we nyoma okọ ne we di anim no enyam free we di anim nti ama da so dampem sisi aye ka say na de ye kenna ne say e wo mu say obaji we ni dia na so say we ni je no kobro so to the extent say the activities that was okoya no ntumi nkoya dia na kai say onipedia no ebre titiri organs akasia no te say wo kidney ne wo liver ani akoma no ebre isua wa ha say cardiovascular diseases arise bebre na ye tre yare a eto akoma ne mu eto ye blood vessels ne mu na eto moja ne mu a empo etimi ma akoma no ebobro so dodo ema in a long term akoma no be honhono be ye kese akoma no so honhono a etimi ma nsuo ejina nipedia ne mu etimi kra so ema sebi wo circulation no ye problem enti ahoden a enti ne benya no enya ne nyina na e stroke e kwa akoba ebi na e kidney problem so e kwa akoba because the kidney no any akoma no e what that cross conversation abribia no say your blood volume po form your sugar level form your energy level form empo akoma no pressure no form a your kidney ne boa na etimi ama you produce more I absorb more of fluid in the body na ma pressure no so etimi akosoro more enti your kidney ne akoma no a lot of conversation brano no ya ma fit na body ni ma say your system no kai say if no dodo na nsan no odin no konoko nioma bebre esan so smoke ya smoking no ya fa heart drugs ni bebre no say your brain no esan so say nerves na kita intine kita akoma no ene your blood vessels na droban na moja fem ema moja tumi koni pedi akwa ni nyina na e de how ebeto ni pedi ano so nti mesere se bibi ko we di animu weekend ni dia omodi ama onsan ka levoton na levoton sani ayabra esua se owo dazum lion function a esere se ohwehwe efi ahodo nyina no efi no betumi ay cholesterol If you know bet me, I am microbes, I am more, yam fire, a bit me cry, quack, a year insecticide, any pesticide, I spray, them. Ebi akɔyɛ nipadua no ma ɛsi ɔhaw ɛde bɛtena yɛ nipadua no so yɛbrɛ boɔ no ɛboa eyiyi saa nneɛma no nyinaa no efiri nipadua no mu ebi yɛn nso so a ebi a yɛwɔ arthritis yɛwɔ joint pains yɛkotodwe ne yɛsisi no ɛyɛ yɛya no yɛnya liverton no a ɛno nso ɛboa yɛ ɛma akoma no ne role a play in terms of gouty arthritis and in terms of septic arthritis no etumi ɛboa ɛma ɛyɛ firi nipadua no mu. Guy says a feet nani pedianum pet a cha, it means cause of visceral fat formation. Ya heading fat, a fat, tissue organs, no, and who are a mama who are a baffum. And tea sending us near Marco with the any movie can idiot, or more the animal and KB. And she said, Mama, who said cardiovascular diseases a cause brave. Now, cardiovascular disease a cause rodia. None your ma come where money a cause rono. Eh, sir, yeah, fat and your ma. Ɛyɛ fi a ɛde kɔ nipadua no mu bebree ɛno nti sɛ wotumi ekenya obrɛboɔ ɛma wotumi wash out all those things a ɛyɛ cardiovascular diseases anaasɛ chronic conditions a ɛrise bebree these days no ɛno so body betumi afight ɛma ne firi nti wo a wofa pressure draw ohia sɛ o blood vessels bɛ produce nitric oxide ohia sɛ obrɛboɔ no bɛto ne bo ase a produce nitric oxide ne bi a complemented your blood vessel never produce my circulation I improve. It's an nitric oxide and my blood vessels near patent enough so that a command between the bois pumping mojano. Emma, the walls of the blood vessels now air damage, Emma endothelial tissues no air exposed anti Emma antimin performing anticoagulative properties and heparin like activities. Ama mojano circulating in a slow way. Amount platelets I be brain. You found moja kakrani a check full blood count. Parameter which is platelet count. No, I am so high because unya good circulation. It's here to 90 pedianum. Body need try say a bay increase white blood cell production. Need me actually feeling a or me free pedianum. Yes, I need feeling goose where doors until now when you leukocytosis. And also say harmful. A cha. It's me, Emma, Mojano, take enough. The thickness of Mojano, so Kai said, to me, lead to thrombosis. Kai said, thrombosis, the formation of a thrombus, and the thrombus, a solid organ, and as a solid mass, dear. To me, I say Moja Bobapa, I don't know whether still blood vessels, and Ama Mojan to me circulate. A bassa, draining Yamoja, and Tina, while Gino and Unquambuana, while Gino started to die. Through your Broca's area, Casabaya de my hypocompos, I refer diet subebre. Now my hemisphere is thinking your problem into the right side of the brain in a infarction, cerebral infarction. I just say ischemia of the brain, mojan to me in brain here. Now or left side, ajojo. Say your left part of the brain, no so now on your good supplier. Now or right side, no so ajojoa. A patch of cardiovascular diseases, to me the kidney problem, eba. I say your kidney, the renin or aldosterone angiotensin system. Your cardiovascular system more and he said, a problem with cardiovascular system, kumano, blood vessels, many mojane circulating when pedianum pet. Kidney ain't me yamuja dia. Kai say kidney no see a hungry organ empo no to me produce erythropoietin. Erythropoietin stimulated the red blood cell production so that it may enough oxygen to circulate in our body. And into kidney to me as a pet, not as a harbor, but Tony Pediano so. Antibons are also to be brain now, Moja so a coform be brave. Now, Abribiano, Johnson Color, no S, now, empo insure edge now, Nipediano Kai. Say, a command also left and right. Sit on the left side, on a age man to do. And it's a one show cardiovascular system or conditions near pet, which you want a command, a through hypertrophy of the left ventricle of the heart. According to the whole muscles of the heart, it may be enlarged cardiomegaly and also a medical emergency. It may be how but to say a pushy in still lungs nimo. I say a kuma near lungs mutraka kesiapa omobuama mojako homaya the exchange of gases in respiratory functions in a cosro and they say your body need to me and mamojan circulatory pe. That's a problem biba part of the heart and the titulu the left side of the heart pe. Now, bones instill air back up into the lungs. na ma unya pulmonary embolism pulmonary edema na che say nsu aba beta o lungs ni mu a ma home ebe ye den ebi so wo no ma na your right side of o akoma no na moja na say nsu back up into the body na unya peripheral edema nti na onan mama so because of a cardiovascular condition pa cho nan na mama so ni bi wo ha na free kidney ebi wo ha na free liver ebi wo ha na free cardiovascular system o system na boa ma moja circulate through body ni nyina ma moja ekwa adwene intine kidney ni liver ni mu intestine ni bebi ano na semata ba ho ma akoma no entimi yi adwuma yi enum ti etio etimi gina oni pedian because of that ebiom ebikura na moja no na across se na kan na cross sa na a block of blood vessels na ebi wo ha ebi tifri ho a your friend no embolus no timi nanti wo blood vessels ni mu akosete wa adwene ni mu na me pa chaw adwene no so ka se wo blood brain barrier yankopon aye se efi bia ni kwan se kwa adwene mu nti microbes ene mua bia emunya kwan kwa adwene mu no saa adia ketekete aye embolus no timi nanti na ko briti saa BBB no na afi akwa adwene mu eba saa etimi kokoso hemorrhagic stroke ntintin na wa adwene mu timi pai na moja sone ewu adwene mu a edi how eba ebisi wo okra enkwa adwene mu na mom etia na ekọ o lungs ni mu na ema o pulmonary embolism na chese o lungs na eboa o ema o exchange of gases no carbon dioxide oxygen na ma ho me easy ma no eno so ba be ye block into exchange of gas be a problem respiration be a problem into dana o die ya pe ipacha na ayete senia sebio obi ehwe wa konfo no ama enna ho ayede wanajo ama moja circulate ye nti wa ho odin wo form ama unti na ho odin na ba form ama wonya constipation kai ayam timini bi bebre wo ha na every poor blood circulation wa fandro sa se o de sebi abribia no beko bebi so a ati se wo fandro pa cho ebi wo ha na your circulatory system no and nti ama digestive system no enya enough blood to help in digesting ndiani ahodo a so that you can excrete it abra ehia and until so unya good circulation there na say unya ade ebetimi abomodia ebi o blood vessels nimo ma akoma na to ne bo ase apompe ma obre bo no so enya na ho ode aso ni moja ne so ye ma efia ahodo ayetna oni pedian ma cause damages into your blood vessels and until ama obre bo no produce cholesterol enough so that the pro-angiogenic property of repairing every memory be obenya damage omuno wetimi aye then so o compound no wetini oma ebe say nti ama production of a bad cholesterol no so akosoro ama building up plaque or atherosclerosis or blood vessels nima and also so to me or how bad ya and the bomodi ananya liverton Kenya obre born ma production of nitric oxide nin kosoro ma efia hodro ye zoom lion function obre born ye ma brebo nem wa break it down proteins ahodo woni pediano mo netimi carry on from the uric acid state so that the body and the kidney can bring it down na the settle or kotoje or sign to our 9 to an nyina no emra from emma upon modern sema ba from me pacho nya liverton 12 years and above obetimi anu me liverton na Kenya obrebo yi fia ahodo emfiri oni pediano mo body animal sanke obia betimi anu or diabetes, or asthma, or kidney problem, or liver problem, hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, or alcoholic problem, or drug problem, and patch up on body animal and liverton. Now, liverton, there, the patch up component, no, a boab, one money age man on Sabakabia, pharmacy, who doing in our Okoha, also perceive for see a drone was so a friendly liverton, the Abajasono. Say, be away, you do a hot due to the demand and patch up my winning your yakra. For number 24/7 of Friday, Bejo so now will be an air delivery at the amount 050 00 40 331 050 00 40 331 and answer 050 00 40 328 050 00 40 328. Can say see for see what Cape Coast Green Hill opposite Addison Square Garden, Aguna Odo Benso branch Kesia Power, Kumasi Ajiso Pamo, Jachi Junction, Accra, Denta SDA Junction. Branch is in Nayajma from Monday, Ekusi Saturday, exactly 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. For a number and 9 inquiries, be a year, now a better boss near anyone, 050 0040331 and now 050004038. See for see liver specialist hospital. Ya so bra boy ya won kwantika. Na sha no so na ma sanka libuto. Na ka see ya giendo ni di treatment plans ni di. Eti na bia say one treated forever treated. Majori ano pe that was no amote no ombre. Nyankopon enka ho no pamfo nyina no ndome ochina so.
Nyankopon enhira ye ne eye Dr. George Siama. Oye medical director was C4C Homeopathic Hospital. Ono na waboa ye ma ye brebo se be ye ne abo ho ban ene eye ya pomode ne ebe konkan no ene odi munsem odi abrɛn messages no wa Sanfa Lucius eye member of the NDC Communication Bureau Sanfa say
Okominia.
That's right. Ibi akoso ho
Ato bibia ye boko
ye de Nyankopon say James Mahmudu ye member of the MPP on the National Communication Team. James Menu shache kakra.
Enokure.
Apomu te say.
Pacho boni biani.
Ye de nyame ase.
Ami ekuraye.
That's all. Yes. Ye de nyame ase.
That's it.
Mame fa messages we na ensema ye ba betwa ye mampani akasa. Se wo ayam hyehye se dum so na eba o mampani se eyensiesi upgrading ye pegya mfidie ni mu amana konkan. Enu nti enakoba ne sa. O mampani asa kasa stability of the year inflation. Ebisasa si stabilize inflation na ededian ene bebreye. Enwa cheno so anei wo meye poultry farm eno mukosua na ka hoi adan a se na wo mutimidi bi ko Burkina no ne ade no nei akoka kwan. Nti nkosua yi ene tata we be ne den a poultry pharmacy. So obi nkokon ketenkete ato because obi ayen nkokon ketenkete na mana bere mi amekuku nawe. Okuno awe akokon so ne kakraka. Enti otukosua na ebe ne de weni nyina eye nkoma ye bede mene eye honorable Samia Wukun so kasa Ekwapem North Mmahye Bedwani ena onu no susu se kwa yese bambofo no womo eye nyimu MPP ni na ebeka bibia na akwachi na ndi sinika the same thing omo nche no etia no so wo ho aye bede nkomo Richard Adiframa Saman I say a late king from my hometown, Keta Jelukope. One said, progress invites jealousy. If nobody hates you, you are not making it in life. MPP, whose grandfather, the United Party, won the tag as the enemies of Ghana's progress, they are it again. Dr. Bamia's spokesperson Dennis Miracle Abuajo on his Facebook wall at the weekend shamelessly created an AI about the beautiful Metro Mass transit buses brought into the country about 2 weeks ago. In the AI he created, the Metro bus has developed a fault. But when they are not AI, you become a video crowd home. Richard, when you say AI, because me home last week and a video was cry, I think that deputy minister no cry no, ejina as no kasa. Okay, Richard, no. Mesha Kasante say, being a member of the MPP currently is like being a supporter of Arsenal Football Club. Pressure and broken heart in Kwan. The good work of President Mahama and NDC government has given a lot of pressure and nightmare to MPP followers. What MPP couldn't do during the suffering of Ghanaians has been done so simple by NDC government. The removal of some taxes temporarily on the fuel to cushion Ghanaians is the best decision any government can take to help its citizens in this difficult situation. Okoto Rasta the Freebody has said, I'll say greetings to Dr. Joseph Kwabena Esibu, aka Ideal College Central Regional Chairman Ofo. I totally agree with you, but I don't see anything wrong with if Mahama and NDC government wants to scrap the OSP. We, the MPP, don't know how to use power to benefit our followers. Today, we should sit down and watch them how to use power. My advice to the president and AG, power and opposition are meant for political parties. We Okoto Rasta. When say my name is Yawaje Kashmo from Jamase Buani Matonoso. Please, this so-called single decade, I don't want to hear it crowd. Single decade is in the books, not in my house, not in my pocket. Ghanaians are not singing top. But still, president is saying single decade. Kashmo. Where's Jerry? You, the media, always have ways of twisting the truth. Ibrahim Mahama never mentioned Akufo-Addo as facilitating in anything. He mentioned the previous government, but all these are settings to make what was once said was wrong to yesterday. Then to make it right today. Where's the Ghanaian? Farmers are suffering under JDM government. The Sikano were here saying kudos to Naomi Owusu, next Greater Accra Regional PP Women Organizer. Women's Adomipele too. Boroba the Philadelphia question said Ghana Water Company, why is water not flowing in Zoti around Bishop Bauer School as Latabia Koshi for the past 2 weeks? Some more. Abele the Frinungwa, also keep up the good work, Mark Jerry. Dr. Baumia is the hope and failure of Ghanaian of Ghana. Hey, Dr. Baumia is the hope and future of Ghana. And future of Ghana come 2028. And not the so-called Abampapa Abba. Greetings to our maintained General Secretary GFK, Nana B, and Honorable Carlos. Nana B, MPP, First Vice, or Demoho. Where the ongoing erratic power supply in the country is very much alarming, especially in the Ashanti region. We warned Ghanaians that the second coming of JM would be a disaster, but they ignored. Now the good people of Ghana can now differentiate between the current NDC government and the previous MPP government in terms of managing power situation. When say Jerry, sometimes I don't understand Kwame Brown. Is it because he disliked the energy minister? So let's assume what he is saying about Dr. Bernard Asante is true. So is he saying if the man is no more, what would you do? Eric is that the free Eyo Odoko. When some Jerry, my prayer is the plans and the vision of Ibrahim concerning Damai is to come to pass. All we need is a better Ghana. Kojo trumpet, tasty aspect, fast food. Ebenezer Kwabena said, please help me wish my daughter today. Happy 8th birthday to my beautiful, adorable daughter, Emmanuela Na Nyele Intre, aka Ella. May our Father in heaven grant you peace and happiness. I bless you, Ella, to be beneficial to you, to your family, the community in which you live, the church, and the nation as well. I bless you to grow up and take missionary work seriously. I bless you with above wisdom and knowledge in school. I bless you to have retentive memory. Where you Ebenezer? No, blessing the banner in the birthday. Happy birthday to you once again. Where some Jerry, please tell Akosia to be mindful about her words regarding she's giving alternative means of committing suicide. I think such utterances are not productive for radio. Kwame Osrani, Esiedu, or the Free Finland. Nana Kwamabwati Ablekuma Central saying the men in power do not want to be accountable to their citizens. That is why they have dissipated the prosecutorial powers of the special prosecutor. Now, corruption will be a free-for-all. I thought the Attorney General is overwhelmed with many cases and wants to engage private law firms. Only time will expose these people. Kwame Yawasiri Tiahafa, majority of Ghanaians are calling for abolition or removal of the office of the special prosecutor. It's a waste of time, waste of state resources. And OSP has failed to deliver results despite being set up to tackle corruption in this country. When some are just seriously speaking, if the NDC had not won 2024 election, truth be told, Ghanaians would have continuously be still suffering on many fronts, especially on the energy sector. At least we know of the removal of the levy, betting tax, introduction of stress-free first year university students, the recent introduction of free healthcare. But the power sector, if not for the 1 cedi tax on fuel, which has indeed brought in more revenues in the energy sector, which made it possible to pay for the IPPs, and now the ongoing replacement of transformers. Tete Sunyani, I say all the economics indicators and the economics experts are failure to this country. If the country is good, why government can't pay workers? And so on. I don't know. Yes, I say, Mahmudu, Mama ya wakwaba. Nana ya wasanita no bisi anache. Nana ya tise.
Ya me esra me.
Ede nyame aso do waba.
Me so me de nyame.
Se bibi akoyi o.
Wote nkwem. Nyame ado me bi akoyi.
De nyame ase. Great. Mahmudu. Amesha se mfemfiri ho.
Okay, openyi we de meda wase pa. Na edi kan. Me de ntia soronko bema atiefuo omo Ghana nyina. Ne titu krachin chumbro ti region. Any MPP for Ghana. Misansu di ntia soronko ema yankasa ye penyi obi a Ghana fo nyina ehwe na nim sembre pamu no odi oje soronko bebre Ghana for ye His Excellency the former Vice President of Ghana Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia anopai mi di ntia soronko ema wone wo yere nokre openyi. Governance is for the betterment of the people. Me this year count about the electricity near Edikai. Anameboa. That's okay. Mpenyifo neka asembi says o mame ewu nasa wo se wada sebi mbrepamu obi abehu no kura ewu ma na se esewara dum so asem ye ade a uka ho asem a ana say akoye ade bi a abeye the birthright of the NDC party. Mbrebi omo aban mu no undi nkomo bi ankowie say dum so asem emmam. Asane say I don't know what they call management of the energy sector and I say electricity affairs of the country. Openyi dum so asem ya ye kai no. All what Ghanaians are expecting is a stable power. Omo power be a ombetimi agina so reliable businessmen could plan their activity and ensure that everything runs as they have desired. And I'm saying so across the country. Dum so yi ewo babia ewo Oti region, ewo Ashanti region, ewo Accra ha, ewo babi bia ewo Ghana ha. And say okay, say maybe you are upgrading the system. And I say, shena what to do nyama yiya. Couldn't this be done in a strategic way? Seni ebaya anka minu kasa anka the northern side of the country. Omu experience power outages biya na nke biya wa shase free Accra. And I say, obeka ko shase so afri Kumasi. Then you'll be able to say something that sounds sweet in the ears of the Ghanaian people. But dum so asem yi ajin sem ewo Ghana babi bia. So if you are upgrading the system, maybe say electricity na Ghana for you using is it centered at a particular point? That be until was say omudi nchiremu ebreye. If you are upgrading the system, you are upgrading it from where? Because MPP eba abaimu 2017 yetutu enyama bebre, and it was clear in the eyes of Ghanaians say MPP procure a lot of transformers. Sansona the restructuring of power purchase agreement. MPP for ensure say contract bia yedima about electricity, it will go through restrictive tendering. And no at me abwa ama menu kasa expenditure at so ama abanu save about $300 million reinvested into the energy sector. Ninyina ka ho ena yenya stable power. So na BBT say barter deal. We were having excess of power and we trade this with the Nigerian government. Inti yetimimo omo power no munso omo my gas. And this was the gas we used to power our plant to ensure that we have a stable power. Inti NDC abano akoya say kasa no ya dosun. Kasa no ya dosun. They will tell you everything. We are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing that. But Ghanaians are not seeing the reality of it.
That's why I'm more upgrade. Yes,
and I can say, we can say unequivocally, say in the 8 years of the MPP government, power outages were we not doing upgrading?
Oh,
because
power outages need upgrade.
Oh, opinion
power outages by
yes.
And now run a post. I know energy minister because say we do mistakes. Say one of them mistakes in the crack buy.
Oh, that's okay.
Power outages in the buy.
That's
but now much as and also in CCC yana.
Yes, because now after 2017, and I Ghana for a war, Arishemu yemu because ye BB a stabilize power no. And say actually BB sabana say ura napo ebe kan Ghana for AG2 but the NDC what creditably and I say debena ubetimi aka afa NDC for who ana NDC government with respect to power stabilization. And ye best say no say upgrading na omo ye there and the upgrading there menu ebe ya adwin it will not take us more than 6 months and now 1 year to do upgrading. So would more than 1 year upgrading and actually say ye koye and I buy. Because this doomsday started right from 2025 when the NDC assumed power, around February, March. I'm a year who did this anti-free. Somebody now be seen there. Yes, a doomsday siana. And I make say, Penifo Nebu baby says, a woman me wuna say, was a wada. And the essay warranty a fair anim say, no kure say. Omu upgrading in Yamabidia. I read it in the news. Say they have procured some 2,500 transformers. Aumudi in Yamabi. Ghanaians, we are looking up to them. Media debia make say MPP. We are never wishing the NDC doom because Adena Ankoya Yenso Yetimubi. Penifo say Konfwa Sebi Wakom se Kurube Bono or non so then or Kahumbi. And see share anim say upgrading na. Omuye the India in Tempara because I want to mean for 2 to 3 years and upgrading. It is tantamount to failure. Opinion me that say. That is about that.
Beba Johnson me that say. Yes. That's the first round. Yeah. Samfa.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Falcon na menchia. What you for? Na menchia ben so abewo. Other social media handles nso abenso BTA. Ne NDC for nso abenso baje bra benso BTA ni nyina. Nunia eba energy ho nsensem dia onim se ade a obia akoma ewu because yeda sorry a bibia na yebeye bia no se yanyankane a ebeye den nipa kakra bi eni enyusu enkane a emfa nye baduma eno no krampo no they also still depend on other people a benso bedin kane a eye aduma na President Mama ekai say de yehu because na nsan tamu yohwa ewuma kane anu tim ebo nani kakra enti no President Mama kasa mu no no okay say de ebimo pa kire anase ebimo ka say dumso aba no enye dumso de enti a meji di say all kan sa no ye nyina ye nimba bi a the word dumso no every buy say somewhere 2013-2014 honum baabi no na enkanea no etimi dum kra ebi okra mpo na timetable na abede ba ebi okra the whole day no unya kanea ubenya no anajo ebi nso ho a ubenya anajo unya daytime ne ebi a ubenya nti ehomom ni dum so no den word no yekunya free enti se ohwe sabrewi de aircourse na Ghana for eto aba se yepe amamu papa ahu ha ebribi a atwam MPP breso meka se na kan minua de mingini se na o Ghana ha because se ubetie na o ka se MPP breso no na dum so onye den eni ho na nka mekra me ya bisa se na dum so eni ho de ba na se ni be movie ayi power plants no be from you call echo Kumasi Ashanti region so obekaya ema ye kan ho asema so hanti dum so eden ebebae to the point say energy minister na ohonum napo amanfo kobisa no question about dum so a otutu fon edema be ema no so krom ha sie so ho asem be ye daja na mbom ye nda nyame ase se eme no aban papa aba yanya enipa betimi eyeden abrano no de ekoso betimi etwe yadwen esi so se obehwe a NDC aban no baaye no na yewo sa problems wenum bi eyeden ewo ho na yeto aba se yeto aba na yede ape amamu papa enti se problem wo ho de na ese etimi eden yetimi solve problem na ebe solve no bi eye eka na ewo the energy sector honoma IPP sa yentimu entria ababe $1 billion na ewo ho so obeka mageri aban ike se yemfa ayi coins kakra bi ahu emfa ntufu which is 1 cedi se na be ya betumi aden ye betumi ede atria sa akan bi ede afri honum ochi asenti sa obehwe a yenkane ano from last year ni nyina no ye nyina ye bedi adanse say from last year ni nyina no obia nheda hu say ote honoma na ya adum kanea in actual fact Nigeria for okrampo ede etwetwe be ho say Nigeria de ote okrampo na say kanea nyina so kakra bia opese o suspect say ebedum na momo ba Ghana kanea no ejina so saa enti no from last year nyina no ye nyina ya hu say yen kanea de ejina so na mom sebio mpanifo kan asem bi se onsin nyina tutu ana enche se kaka de ne ho achew ohu eni nti no the fact say yan kane anu gina so from last year ni nyina no enche se bibia ekoyie woti ase na niema bi nso wo ho no ma ehia se yetwe yadwen esi so na ye address eniema no bi ene de he eniema no bi ene ye transformers a eno no aka hwa free Britain nyina no obia enye na dwen se ohwe na wasiesi enti na nsan ntamu ne aban no ka se entwa ye mom transformer odia ya adwuma for instance Lashibi Nungwa transformer about 22 years di obia enye na dwen se transformer oyeden osesa no na odi afidia ya adwuma for be 22 years di na onsesa no na chese ansha de eto ye bribia atwam 2014 honum no ebi betimi ayeden ebi betimi asen ato ye biem me pato ati ase because 2014 no eniema etoto ye no bi no na ye generation problem ahu ni ebi mo nso honum na ye substations no so kra ye ma ya dwen koso no ya siesi niema ho nti aban yi hyehye a ode abasese ye se oba beye upgrading bi mo ewo energy sector honum even transformers no cramp no oba akra aban no aye hyehye se substations be 12 and I say substations 6 ahu oba be nsiesie ewo honum enti aban announce babi a be ho betimi aden be ho betimi aka Lashibi Kragon Nungwa Teshi honum ahu eho bia ye babi a be ho betimi ade be ho betimi aka me no wo kasa no aban data or the buy say saa date in ya bra yebetumi di awie that ayi offense upgrade no saa transformer na yes san wo honum no teshin ngwa transformer no aban no share say nka by 19th no ye enra meboa ene 20th enti enra ni na nka ye 19th no kra anru aban na eden aban no asiesie saa transformer na ewo honum no enti ba beti saa area honum eye teshin ngwa klagon honum bia say no ebeji adi say last week inu mu honum no na nkane an bobo na ni rough anwumre ebetimi adum the whole night no kra bia ha emma anopa na wonsa aka ebi nso obetimi adum anopa wonsa nka no during the day but anwumre na aba nanso beye wieye no besi sabrewi obia nu oni obetimi aka say nkane a ewo honum se wote bia klagon na se wotetema ana se lashi bi honum no obetimi aka say o abanje asema wo kan de obo anu akra bia bedu mekania dabi enti no adena aban yen president mama yobi a ade a obi atu obi pen no eto no dum so
ba wo se de awoka sensiesi omo no MPP for ye argue say time and omo zo ka so omo siesie no no man ya agwe
time na beke se be siesie say menyan
time na MPP for so no say time dum so no kan ye no mo yeso omo ye dum siesie omo siesie no ama omo sabre na said awoken ekofa e say Mary e ba santimanto motumfo kra ka
yeah
but that no mo so mo siesie yes say
me say un say
what might you say it's also why are you saying that as they did say
akomni nchiremu we say no minister eka esi sudua me ka say ni spokesperson kra Roxin enso be kan ho asem what you say yes specific bobo enkuro no ne substations no what you say adia sumasi specifically ni ye enti no say okacho say substations na all ye ho adwuma no 6 substations ye be change 12 transformers what you say na wa akire obabia station no wo ne ne ye ba be ye no honum why wa ma date say sa date we ye be wie ene me akire o say ho adansidie o ho say ukọ nungwa lashibi klagon honum side wa hu sakumo no be wo ho adansidie o honum enyen futuro ne batu agu obi ani ba wo kai say NPP time no be no won say be de na akwa echi say yen kanfo bi ti say ayi napodi sei ye ko bisa no ho asem say dum so abananka onfa timetable kra emra no wahu o kai say obi pa onko prepare on one timetable o ti ase won say we obi a mekanfo nkire obi a na mbom yaka kire ayi offense amanfo ba hu say problem bi say ni yeden ewo honum in actual fact transformer a wo ho for be 22 years di ayede ya adwuma de enka betimi aka say o ja no ho na wo so wa son ho saa me pa church ase nanso aban papa aban no dwen na manfo ho ehun say yempese bibi boni betu ye mpofrem sadakro wo ho no ma na afie de adum kura obekọ no na transformer no oya no hwe a enye yie na afe ni ye ba bedwen ho say ye ba be den ye ba be replace transformer ekoba ne sa enya amamu papa no ne ye say o ya ade against the future o dwen okena ho enti wo ya ade ne ebe ma okena bi no ene ma timi aden atoto yie enti no ne ye no ene no ye mfam toto MPP for de ho mpa church ase se Ghana for penisa nka minjini sa bebeto aba e de ama NDC ye bemfa entoto MPP for ho say MPP for say analysis dabi ne me so kra me analysis na me ntam pese me de MPP ba betoto NDC ho what you say Bible no kra kire say sa pam dada no nkamfom so oni hu a nka pam foforo na amba enti sa pam foforo no aba de e kire say e ba be solve problem bi ana e wo ho enra ye de she obi nsa wantumi anye den wantumi anye eni nti abede wo wide den bede wo aba Ohu. Enti Majeri.
Okay.
Problem na ewo hosesie you know.
All right.
Enshada nye problem a. Emeka say esun bebre say because ya minimum pani ya adwen. What I say minimum pani ya adwen. Say wo hwe nti amema ho ayi example say wo hwe de to ye biribi a atwam na. Sa problem na eba ye no ebeto ye mpofrem. What I say because na generation na say ye ne nasefo no na ya ade na ye nhye dan fa ya adwen ye den enko so. Ben na de yahu. And there is a saying say when a problem is diagnosed, it is halfway solved. It is how yare ne yatuma catch or say oh malaria. What you say once the diagnosis being made, no definitely no prescription any day. And you yatuma diagnose your problem who say there was how challenges ABC you say no hono. Of course, and yen diagnosis keke. And among two or honoma abano den A2. Eno crampo watch me awie bi mu de enti mi megidie say going forward no obia ne ho aka bia no ne ho beden ne ho beto no
Okay, neat 100.9 so near Samfa Lucius, member of the NDSA communication team or bureau. Nana as Anita no my business partner Nana
Mark
Marco babiem
Josemania.
Yes dia edawani
I'm sure Mamenchia na menchia my colleagues share no production team ahwe for ne etiefo nyina na Mark anope metie mebra same awuku na uru adumako ba fi ono so obewi a wo time kakra ono so metie
obewi ai mom
obewi ai oza obe introduce ofa so the opesa
o ka obewi ai dey
obewi ai
zao
obewi ai time
okay
na it's all good I mechiomo na menka se uru same okunsa mo kai nyina menia we da achen hene o nti hwe ne ye because menjin this uru same oku you would criticize microphobia more I mean a certain level of more career to the level microphobia more eye na you say responsible speech and the way to go now onanka sanso check you say your party mu na aye microphobia more ye moderate ebi mo so ye radical. When you see the word radical, but he mentioned about 3 categories of people in every party. And you must know, say, ebimu kasa to make the party no echo him. Na criticism also about judges. So also what they compare the MONTIE 3 there's nothing close. It doesn't even match. Into yahi akasamu or fanso he can send P meet any din or no the quotations in there. But it is all good. I will only advise say maybe our party in air corner. It is very critical say omo ebenya level-headed people omo be manage party ni na mo to me ejina omo na so rather than say every single bia not to say kuku prizes no more the politics. Na Mark and somehow na mechanism na menchia Ghana Police Service na men country member IGP abaso ene nkrofo so ya gba omo abaso nyina ya omo rank ne ya bie mu no omo nyina ya omo etrimkwa Mark ansa na mbebo asem so there's something short I want to read e Ghana web na Ura Godfrey Damene kai was say heading no actions of some judges risk denting judiciary independence Ura Godfrey Dame. No bahad aseha no be chichim was safe. Yes, Ura Godfrey Dame expressed worry over what he describes as troubling conduct by some members of the judiciary, warning that their actions could weaken public trust in the justice system. According to him, certain judicial officials appear to be complicit in decisions that may infringe on the rights of individuals, particularly those affiliated with the opposition New Patriotic Party. He suggested that recent rulings and actions raised concerns about fairness and neutrality within the courts. Dame pointed out pointed to incidents involving the arrest, detention, and denial of bail to some NPP members as examples that, in his view, cast doubt on the independence of the judiciary. Meaning, he argued that such developments create the impression that the legal system may be influenced by political considerations. But Mark, there was a baby war a session. The sense was a cam say kuku or can't share that the sense say no tuntum. Na sanka some way. And some ranyans of money. But sanke be few be no be bank and you rag of a damn. Ye nim the course under his tutelage as an attorney general in this country. The best one. Na Mark.
Yes, sir.
So let us admit, say, it has never happened. Say, a Bambia Basso, especially under the so-called reintroduction of democracy about 33 years ago. A Bambia Basso. Na the word dumso, and as a kania, adundum, a being cause. Every government, we experience dumso. Sameboa obin kanchirame. Now it is important to note, say dumso no, what are the reasons? And how has there ever been reasons in Tia? Aya kania adundum ekoso.
Again, because secondary school. Sabrina JJ Rollins. And I say flashlights be no money idea. By na kania dundum pa. And
say ebia wo abemu na se kania dundum ekoso. Na obe ka kire watra sa say oh yes na wa my evidence na kire say you are not dealing fair with the republic and I say the taxpayer and I say in the previous administration there were dumso all over. Sometimes the whole country went off. It happened about 3 times when the whole country went off. Now, the reasons they gave us was that a doom CSC, like you really said in the submission. Now, we say, you baby a doom so if you buy.
Yeah.
It didn't doom so. No. Yes, you baby a didn't doom CSC no if you buy. I remember when NDC was about going out of power in 2016. Now they were changing some of the high tension lines. No, now baby ana me kai pa ye Kwashiman area ho. No matia human do na gu fam. Mode high tension human be brain so aba. Mode assistance high tension wires. Until they explained which say wo wan fa wani ankohu a you may wonder said the omo can no kra na say nya no kra. But here is the case in the previous administration. Dum so and say dum CSC na e ba ye ko kan omo sa edin dum CSC na enye dum so. In fact, the sector minister at Teuranapo can say upon interview or said the word dum so no ono kropo on TB. In fact he was emphatic said dum so on TB. Ya born no be kan say yanka se yanko hwe timetable. Most of the time they am bisa ne say na ye kura ye betranka sa fidie so anase public no ana party A opposition ana party B opposition no mo say for timetable brain timetable no will not solve the problem. It will only tell you say we hold be quite often. Now we are that type of person so when him say doom so course and even if there's no doom so at all me say me fifia there will be no single item ye di yensa pra so apart from say be a fridge and a siso in kaya no socket be abedum enti say press yen for timetable mra would the timetable eliminate the doom so ana. But of course it is not bad to get the timetable to be aware of what will be happening the next. Mark, this administration has admitted that yes, there's doom so. They didn't stop there. They have given evidence as to why. Because initially when they were saying, say, Omo ACSA, normal be more like, be more, so, because it has been the mantra of the day within the political circles. until say and then answer no ya who saw man pain ankasa why inspected some of the transformers. It has also been published say 2,500 transformers have been procured, and the minority are speaking about it in a manner unprecedented. Transformers ayakoto yede besisan baby a load na kosro mono, they are speaking about it in a manner ubisa ho a because in your time, instead of going to procure such transformers, no, you rather went to remove the obiakoto aba and amodiko kuma say when Otunfo complain say name kwan essay in the for the first time in the history of Ghana opini pom bi atumi atu na no mutu akase memu hade anasa me region hade kan ya no said yesiti no mem kwan kra ye de she fridge mu na nkase anka no kropo no yen say you should come out of a communicator bi, but for a caliber of Otiko to say this, no, it means na kumasi ekwa hunyempa. And no na mo mko tutu obidio no wakoto menka say obi akoto no asa ban no to ene deal. It belongs to the taxpayer. But sanka baby aba and no procure your friend say power badges to say the ura bahama ne NDC omo ye no na MPP so buy na nado odi omonum and then come also procure just one using the using the taxpayers' money and no more they call Ashanti region and now say even kura chebi kura pa achim district and kebe say na ye kwaya anymore in terms of solving the energy crisis regarding delivery. But you were interested in some of the state heads looting the state. And a muja no masa hodan kwe. And ne ye who said transformer do you see when you sit here as an analyst so called as I keep saying Obibeka say you speak in favor of this party, but fact of the matter is that if you want to compare Bise say upon say Dumso and the Ura Mahama, which was not caused by him, Dumso had been there since Rawlins's time. Through Kofor's time when we went to pray at the Akosombo Dam. We all saw the publication in the dailies every time the level of Akosombo. So nobody can assume, say, Mahama Basu na Dumso Eshase. It was there. And if you look at the measures that was taken by that government to procure the different power badges to solve the problem by the time they were leaving office, no. Sanko biso babe tuaso, say power badges, no, a boy and panty, young person, young Toby. One talk. And we have seen evidence of the transformers that has been procured and they are being installed. Indeed, NPP buy whatever transformers that they bought. Me Jirahan criticized or say it was bad. Indeed, so Tobia. It means
because
that
definitely it's a so called.
Exactly. Yes. So Tobia. It means you have no moral right and authority to criticize. Say I don't know transformers. Do say. You understand? Mark, governance is continuum. Unfortunately, what has been delivered to the taxpayer and say, "Abai we idea na say okudum pempesu bi no ni abemu a di obeba no onto aso." But issues of energy and water, eno di pempesu bi akwakodu no abai foforo beba no ese oto aso. So for me, yes, we are bearing the brand of Dumso, but the evidence we have seen gives me hope. Say going forward, no Dumso no say I eliminate here a be reduced drastically. That's it.
Okay. Also made that same. Need 100.9 SUNINT. Yeah, Beko, any other comments or any other story. But proud to that, Mr. Keddy Free someone. I say good morning to Mark Jerry. When we had a fee, Samia Wuku and Co. When journalists like Bobby Ansa, Caleb Kuda and many more were being arrested. As if there is no tomorrow. Hypocrisy. The mini micro minority can continue with their cacophony, and President John Mahama will continue with their resetting agenda on Osodidini. Eric Kwaku Buadi the free aya patriotic voice became also sympathize with the teachers for what they are going through, but they should blame themselves because we told them, but they didn't listen. Now resetting Ghana has come to you. Former President Akufo-Addo's government did better things for them. even when COVID-19, they didn't teach for 1 year, but they were paid. And so, Kwawunta say, happy birthday to Mercy Aqua inside Connecticut, US. Okay. Mercy Aqua. Yemano, happy birthday. Sami Boate said the current government ability to combat corruption is questionable, and one wonders if they have capacity to effect change. If I were in a position of authority, such as the office of the special prosecutor, I would consider resigning due to the apparent challenges. This led by Mahama administration promised to address key issues like corruption, galamsey, LGBTQ, automatic posting of nurses and teachers. Doom so and many more. But Yamutu. No matter the act builder say it is undoubtedly crystal clear that since the Fourth Republic of Ghana, we in the New Patriotic Party haven't had a female youth organizer. But thank God for giving us an energetic woman, Vera Oye. All right, Mahmudu. Yes, sir. Or any other topic, or you worry better, we can do it.
Okay. I was say me magana phone na etiase ne say. Wo mu say kane ade. Entimi enyina so anko wie ti se ne me brothers yi kan ye no. Ba dum so de Ghana ha ye kasi dum so a obi anim say ye nwura Mahama na bodini pa. Entima obi enfan toto say ebia kane abedum na ya hwe so aye bibi na ya sign so asono a different from dum so na ye hu no between 2014 to 2016 no ntima obia enfan toto Kwame Nkrumah na JJ Rawlings abreso John Mahama abodini nti se nne ye sanso ehunu bibi sa enye asemfo from Ghana fo na se medican ekan say strategically who ye upgrading na then the whole of Ghana should not be affected. Niame kan you know. Dum so yinya Accra hankwana ewo. If you go to my constituency, Krachin Chumbru, in the OT region, omutimi dum light, free anopasa kopim anyimre. Ghana hanyina babia ayesum. Antima obi mfa hwa no ho say on my timelines be ewo Klagon, any Teshi area, it goes far beyond that. Nia esanso etwaso about the single digit inflation. When we talk about economic resilience is manifested in the pocket of the people. Senior timaimufuo ehunsi fatowon. That is all what is expected from any resilient economy. Single digit immediate mean can one say whether the president can sustain it or not. But as someone was Ghana phone you bisane say. And now inflation digit double no. Any in that single no. Difference ben ena ewum. Dia hi ena timaimufuo ho etowon ewo so. Openyimi gidi say na nsen wudi wani adi akire ye markets na ye wo Ghana ha no babi ti se Techima market, Ejura market, Banda market, any babia market akese ewa openyi ye mame no mo a omudidwa ye nua no mo a omudidwa nyina obiara esu and then uton bayra ye nto uton katia ye nto uto ebura adabi emfa bibibia afuo ndubaye nyina the price has been shut down. Nti Ghana is not about Accra alone. Ebrona nanka yeton 20 CD and there about 7 CD. Obi ebe rejoice over it, but me come awati ase obi so na do onipa no oplawe onipa no use labor. Nti waye bibia wi anka wo se oton 20 and 15 CD and there 7 CD no. Do you think those people will also be happy? Same to young farmers. groundnut farmers ni ehun kaka hunyi no omo bre anti single digit economy there. Definitely when you have reduced spending, definitely you will achieve single digit inflation. But is that the way to go? How does this manifest in the pocket of the people? And to me, say Ghana Hano, may I say Adiano abain bi ena oti akonya so dia ne kan different. Say abain fu Francois ne kan so different. I am telling you, say omo ye Ghana fo anokuredie ewo won tachrama so no ombeka no pain say single digit inflation way. They are not seeing any good side of it. It is rather introducing hardship because Ghana Hanani Biano, it ends at our communities, at the rural areas. And these rural areas are say almost source of livelihood. A full undubaye, you know, sending you now aqua form there. Nature say ye ko ye ana say ye buy. And the single digit say the President John Mahama will be able to maintain it or not. All what I know is that single digit is supposed to come with some economic recovery. I was in Ghana for a fairly say the ye hon atoye and I say nyama ekoye. But if it is the otherwise about to 2 kura and now 1 and now 0.5 and now say even negative, which we call deflation krana. Ehun nso so and I say ehun say na mekano ehun mfaso die biano eniho ema Ghana for. So all what I want the government to do is that they should look at the reflection, what people are going through and what Ghanaians are calling for. And yes, say whether to maintain single digit or not. May that see it.
May that say Samba
Magere.
Yes.
You know, me say oba be suggest bibi na one suggest all the government.
And now obesan go suggest.
So all what I want government to do is to look at the reflection. So
yes, I said it.
Suggestion
no, I mentioned about the pockets of the people. I mentioned about the price of our produces.
Nti asem na waka. Ye nyina Magere ye nyina ye tikrum ha se ni abru ekoduru be 1,002. Ghana ha ye Ghana ha do abru no ene nam 1,002 rice ye di ene nam be ne ho oil saa ne ma we nyina no e ka ho bi ne Ghana fo to abati aho no what you say ne ene no NDC aban ba yi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Daroma mo na obi etono 600 700 na hwefo no ene no abafam abro na nipa no etono 1,002 no ene ababedru be 400.
That is my
what you say enti no o sen aka say eno no enye enti no nka onye ne den o mane nsan kosoro na wo akro ya nsan metena ha na o meka say ene no enema bo e wo soro ana minim ne wo pese wo ka.
I am only trying to say
that is double standardness
in governance no
nti no tie nyina yenim for aboso kan ko hwe say every week bia ankane no na ayi niema abeton enne okoto a ochina obekọ na asesa enne okoto a ochina obekọ na ne bo na asesa adenti ani nyina ye saa niema we nti ochi ase bet ye nyina yenim say okọ na okoto ade e wodwaso enne ya wonim say next week na say month kra na obekọ no ebo no ebegina babi a egina eno no ompenisa na openisen wahu minua Magere ade ba kwa na me de mpese me ka we mu de se MPP fo no say ya me ayifo akuyafo na enkokọ ba be ye nkokọ no me am sister ye nkokọ so wahu nti no ade a ha adwen kakra se nkosua abebo dompem ba unse no kwasem ye se enye overproduction unse se nkade no edoso a ya dwen ye se ya produce ya broso nti a ebi eden ebi wo ho ene create no crampo no ebi mo airton no 50 to 55 Ghana cedis okodo ma akra de a lower than senior yesi hunu wo akra ha isi no ba de ekofa sa nema we nyina aba no eye niema mienu bi so ahu babi a na yetimi edekọ eye Burkina any even ba bedekọ Saudi Arabia no ahu Burkina for abani because of nkokoyade bi mu a aba over the period so ahu ntino bempese obi foforo bia de ebia nkokọ anase poultry products beba Burkina na aba be sign bedie so ahu any ye major problem says here no say nka production so there we produce for domestic consumption and maybe for export entino ye na nkasa na ebedi bi ba ebi oha ye ntimu ni nyina eni ntino say dibi de edibi ekwa abonten enti de ye de kwa abonten no enu mom ni ayeden aba be problem no. And then the other problem also has to do with those who are importing from either South Africa and I say Netherlands for na baby abimu ekofefa bi edeban un say nne no because CD no so ne ahu agina nan sunti no se okofa de ba na ema ekame akwa say no so ne bo no ewo fam o de be fry de na I say abe create problem so ahu any ababeye ade a ewo ho but you see meti say na o ka say enkokon kitenkete no bi de ne de ebrema uku kitenkete na the target was the eno no na enye layers enkokon kitenkete no ngini say layers no wum sa enkokon kitenkete no targeted the broilers no so ahu anti ene de un say somewhere February honum ne president elanche o say Greater Accra be lanche anti ene de migi say free sabre yi koya no eno nso ho nam no ebe den ebe ba be buso
because me medical agye dia akokunu de adi ufo
eno so be ba be buso into the expectation you say yeah run school feeding programs na yes answer yes senior high schools are ben so no be consume x na nasefo die aban no ebe den ebe edi bibe ko ho ana say the national buffer stock no odi bibe ko ho no na ba tumi de afidi yemma ne ye of asem nso abewo secondary schools no so ahu you see men kan say adeno be busu say ya ene ne nche say a problem kese what as eni hokra na enye den enye ba ebi wo honom no etimi bua ma at least ubetimi atoto niema yi what as say ebi ni hokra da nanka wo dwen kwa be fa so ube produce anase ube import bi ba na de ya ni won say the nkokon kitchen program no kra no aba no target 60,000 household say Ghana high say no afie bia kra ntimi anyan bi kra mpo no nka afie ahodo be 60,000 in the 275 constituencies no ye betimi anya afie sa wahu ama obi atimi aye nti anya hwe kra no in the 60,000 household no enkafie ba ko wanya kra no nka nkoko 50 na nka bia o backyard kra no wabobuo bi na esi honom na nka at least o won nkoko be 50 bi kra mpo na at least for wow consumption mpo a what you say easy bed enu bi kakra so wahu say ye nyina ebe di adanse aba be ye backyard farming bia say no
ya bia ne feed Ghana program and you chame kwame aba be ambassador
ai
oni aba be kasa ne yetime dua no ama post ne dua kakra
ya say nkokon kitinkiti program no nso no eye under feed Ghana president launch under the feed Ghana I program no ntino ni nyina no ekobesi hon ma enti nuane de ebeba abebu enti mi nua obenya bia di no asena ba betena ha kasa me asho no obenya nua ni
obenya bibia di
obenya bia di no de aba betena ha kasa
now
man chairman now for free
now for no
regular callers and testers
okay
both MPP and NDC chiwo mo nyina na Samuel Bobby aban Zenu all contested
all contested are the communication officer
October no be country I want to pray and hope say deputy communications officer Omode Obenya Ebona Baso na wo ankasa wonu anso wo fiduem ha Kofigo no so am say okọ for MPP
Kofigo kwa no so okọ den of friend be catch me na
am say communication
yeah okay
the baby to by election and rich.
Okay,
is it central? No. I have to look, but or Kakwe Honti, or no Sokofigo, almost on Beshan, and Nanaya, Tabora, and also MPP, or also or call for a position. I'm saying the same communication line. Into Yanshana, Yambuam. Mark, the issue about single digits. I think, say, it is important to note, say, I have figures, main term for figures, no fine. And my analysis and find judge the performance of government in the sense what is important is what has been the reflection in the lives of the people or in their pockets. And on a bema who say no manner ye koto would you pay no last week no to abontina nebuono nejina hwa but the year who Ghana had say no matter do na nebo din ewa abonten no even though inflation was single digit still no normal ebo osoro nipa esu. The issue of Ghanaians say obeti ne normal so especially the perishable goods pear no sa tomato popo ne pro who say pro so obeti so many part to be there be any pro, you understand. Normally more we overhype the price. And no aya we do not see the importance of inflation figures. But in every country, no, it is very, very prudent say you work hard as a finance minister and the governor of the central bank to ensure say single digit inflation baby beer a bema nipa ehwa hano yende tomu na yenkonya prices na ehuri gina ha echina na da ha ukoto ade before ubeko in 2 weeks no na ne bo baby akodu no dwe ho awonti ase nti yes I pray and hope so the government will be able to maintain this single digit and if you drop it down further and when it is dropped down further no ebeboa the consumer ebema condition of living ebia aye mrekakra amaye nyina. But Mark, when you come to the glut of eggs in the poultry industry,
no.
I was happy when I watched the president say, "Omunim se nkusuano sometimes no a bar ebi buso maneto no na akoyedin." Some of the suggestions I would have suggested to this government, and I say any other government or ban say, let us create opportunities for omo ye nkukwa link them to all these shopping malls are mkrofo efiamano ni abesiwa say what be invest where ye man
it
is also important say yes ye ma ukota bi say sesi a ye hye nkukwa nketenkete ase sesi a ye ba revamp poultry system no ye pese shopping mall bia e wo Ghana ha wo beto kosuano in fact anka abankroponye off taker no no distributor ma shopping malls no ebema kuyani no anase poultry farmer no wo benya nidaso se oya kosuan so enche na esayo enti ebema poultry farmer na nya nidaso se I have an off taker me wo bi obeto dada enti mekoso aye aminim se misika enche now for even the meat itself no so we should link all the poultry associations to all the shopping malls. Now you supply, said the buyer, a member or more say yes, we are doing business. But say Kobana said yet now, but I'm happy again. So my pioneer suggested say, Omodin fidie be more back to add value to Nkosiano because we are all aware says see Nkosiano to meet turning into powder and nkonkroniba. The cakes and bread and other things. Until once the agri business and I say agro processing business now my friend saying Elizabeth surgery. Yes or down no I want to pray and hope say ombe look into those things critically so the am kitty and the revamping of poultry farms no enkoyekwa because kosiane dia we dan ebeba and so government should also be sure say we say who pese we share poultry farmers mukina and as a poultry production mukina and you make sure say after the production of the eggs and even the meat baby on beton no said you be a process no add value mu nyina em say aban ema na ni course direction na ebeboa ye nyina na ma nkrofo enya anidaso e wo poultry
Nana ameda sebame ko atie for na ye je wadwe nche 030 2257 902 030 2257902 and 030 22 43540 030 22 43540 Mamejo wadwe nche ne ko mache
Olmonyam for my J.
Abai o free zenu abai etio
Now what is that?
Yamiado
You me wa fa sanu sumu ye fa o.
na we yasa na yaye campaign amawi all right etio
But J, e wo we say we call it no especially Chamanjo su maintain wa shama o. Mumbo de Romaya na mi tia kenepua ana Dr. Hill.
Okay.
But J, yeah, MPP ni say inflation hu here na. Hey, na MPP for there. See our man yenye muden. Che under mu 8 years. Anyama ye femu nu, uka say ye wure fia na. Magde, etu baby na gana for emu 5 kilos kula na yentiminto. Etu ya 5 kilos na ko 200 Ghana. Under mu watch o. Oil la, e wo gallon yellow mu, e ko ya ko 1,500. And then we know say inflation na President Mama, etima kure mu ani exchange rate and then oil and na ma 400 420. Emu now kita 65 Ghana. Ubenye emu 5 kilos ato.
Okay.
Munni de mu kan.
Bedansi abai mamefa de odin so di ha. Beba so mache.
Ona bu ma je.
Nana ya.
Ta pepe wa konta papa bi.
Yo. What the many bibi aka yanko. Say so so ko dey. O ground so say ye campaign ma ote.
Sani opa ya oka. Ewo me etra area. Yeah. Mike paso na me ofa aneta no abaso in fact papa no papa ni papa ba bi obi ala no na nchia me ma me awa police or papa wo organizer na ya papa jombo na me chama ba bi obi ala chia just simple yeah Mike edu ba bia as yes communication meaning happen yeah kasa yin then yeah kasa ne be say auto oil na another time 1,500 bisa ho say the bien na see bien see na auto oil na na the other for my kanya no para me yire to aduane ho ne ma na another time ya to oil 2,000 kwata so atiase ye ka ya ka so atiase ena na do pet ne set start me ko sa eye bibi ne see ya sane ne yewa Muhammad US ne yi en kanya o na wa ko kan be kan oil so atiase ene papa yi ba my bibia jinsem na do dan ko pupo adu nim bi mu di ambulance e ba and yewa Muhammad ko ta gogo ya e dia be buga na se amfa ko ya ambulance
Beba cho se nkomo medina no pay ada na wo sen ka anopɛ many ambulance service for akasa say there be da wo ma chire mu na na wo ka say na bobo ya the ambulance man yeye wo mi bisa me pa cho enye health practitioners no any be yi so enye it doesn't mean for say ambulance why me pa cho na ma chire mu no wonu be ko nkurase no na ye nurse for ne ade no betenetene onanya no ana yade nam yakwan anya su uko nkurase a ye no ana mu yusu oh asembe na o kan sa no bra
bono akwan ne nye nti ambo ayi na so ne ayi for the omu because akwan anya no na drones na ba mi ade ba na ya de mind
drone ye ne dio
opimpo anyem ana wo waka obi a this man duro am ye de koma no mato no agu se abobo ya na di duro koma enkrofo nkrase in fact I buy we power the mic in fact until research no best at all my name and ya abobo ya this man duro dia koma
what the nane amate
ye raba mi di
You run me this drone to buy. Now, what we are the Rama, I'm a studio. I come and grow up. In fact, I'm going to
Na that's it. That's it. As more. Okay, Mama Fadu dia. Mache.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you Mr. Kote.
Yo, me that's it. Nako po sure mo tia ni nyano elisifo ni eyomo. Dr. Brown, First Commission Chair, CEO. Jerry, people for the me how officers are to politics, then that the party to politics, that's here, Juma. Omuri say people and the own that credible because I got a phone. They don't know. A gun and yeah. Entity for Kawai. Mama, not do me. Mama, all talk tactical, say ya bullet. Mama, your party, no, you're not there. I come to do what to Mama. Yet the basse half workers are more classic because they are crying, you know. Oh, no, they use to. Mama, not do me break your back. I say, yes, a tactical, yeah. Can you compare Kufado weekly to Mama? Happy. Sir. Mama, you'll be a doing Ghana for him. Or you'll be out the Ghana sky, a high private jet. And this cat to $1 million for Famina. And this is make up the bit about people. And this is not accountable to you. You're accountable to festival that are voted for Mama. Share your my way, Mama, I promise you, private health care. Oh my God, for the God of what what deliver? Private health care, they take care of Omwa. Yaria has a health insurance cover. This is a visionary president. I could find out the good health insurance. What should I be able to buy? I could find out the good health insurance. All just providers can. Sika Yabako health insurance. I could find the simple fair bread, but not fair private jet. And then you get pregnant on G. Get a form. What I say? Your friend is saying,
okay, me that say, me for last one na yanko. Me bacho Matthew. Hello. Okay. When to me and so now, any Sanfa. Hello.
Marjorie.
Yes, you.
Marjorie.
Yes, sir.
We are wow. Akafia phobia and Casa African Tamanto.
Yo.
Yedika, my memoir basso. Na me fa konya ke se chame papa bo se ja kwa ba national chama. Honorable Moses Abo. Also ba organizer our Greater Accra Buru Army Commander. And there are also national organizer. Just to call the house with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Obisa aba papa ba. And then pure water you told one city. Common sense. Aba papa ba. And I go quick for you free. Abaya history a bit see that any Jordan money mama. When I say economy BBI kama, what free cocoa ultimate a teacher for ultimate job car. Doctors ultimate job car. I'm almost demonstrating incentives. Aba papa aba. And Akolawa Gasawani Akolanam Krumna was the mommy, Papa, maybe yogurt. Yogurt, Nana time there 4 cities, and let me say 5 cities. Aba Papa Levy. Yet that's a gun for. Also, my penny mama buy him. Sir, ambulance, yes, mana, Marjorie, Nania Busa, no one tell us. No, Busa say, Sir, Aboboya, traffic now. Yeah, the ambulance, no, Ose, and class,
Me basho, what say ya is ambulance, and yet ambulance, basho.
Okay, fine. And no, workers no na air tremu for say omo de yede.
One more day, come crossing, what in a grassy? And I won't go crossing, go who said, what your own. Now, yes, I deal when I be complimented. Yes. Eh, now, what can say into M1 so Gaza? Yanama, ya tear crown at the end in him.
Sir,
yes.
Now, Bobo and I bad bay. So, the important can say, Mikey, and cat a bind on the pop anymore. I will present class and then you think I be by a friend and go conquer a day. Umet me fa no bi amawom. Ye se mo so mo pata mo bandi. Ade na won fa no bi mom kon krase. Enkoye sa adwuma no. Ano no na wo ya the papa na so anya ma we dia like emwa 2028 NDC. Omo so malu su dada.
All right, madam, thank you. Say na baby the bibi ba. We shouldn't trivialize it. Regardless of aban or also aban the bibi ba ni you follow. So na ya hwe idea we or the ba be bia na make am say time yes sanitary pad ya be cha mama ye ensama ye ka fa ho and so we call UK there because me wo baba or wo UK what mo echechama omo da so ye had ye kan hu no we shouldn't trivialize regardless and fa ho ne ya aban or so aban ni ye bibi e say idea we or ye hwe ya pomode ne kwa kurase baby na okon baby o mo hospital bi hye na baby obi be free abana say we na bitima compliment here. Why are we speaking against it? Okay, I was about the time now so medaze mawudu
bozu
medaze why the time so entertainment for entertainment that was na now
asemo we mpenipa
nipa de basem
aya ansemo efika so aba na mu hunka say obi kosra obi wo prison na ode hacksaw blade me no dia shep
no so no de koye de wo to be and so meti ye hacksaw blade o ekopa de wo cells ho ekopa de ana ode ko twa na de bi o na
on pe escape nti ode kwa na o twa na de no
asemo
ora wo to be bi
Zama
sa for be no more than 1,000 years
now no so meti so obi su ko wi police car
police car armored vehicle
but because armored vehicle
obi kenja na dafo say daye bi osonso na say no the prophet bi akanche ofi say say ne nana no pa no som daye no afidi watoto ne sasama osori no pa ne nsa nyina ye ne
ya
na nadafo no kanche say wo police for daye na wo som ko recruitment bi na ye nya nana
say we are saying kasama ye wododo no a odito no ho so say say mitimi ye ade yi nne na say me nkwaso twakura me
there
are a lot of people intie bia saga yi onim say if I should move armored vehicle alone, that achievement alone,
all right. Madam Asabuso for now, member Sanfa Lucius, a member of the NDC National Communication Team or Bureau. Nana, your political analyst, ya Sanitano, and Mahmoud James, or your member of the MPP of the National Communication Team. Media see. Nyankopon ya do mo chene be sen schedule me de ye friend Ghana Montie me de Mark Jerry say AGYEMAN Alex entry me da say abena frema bankro onso ye da say Ola Michael take over no the entertainment GH also Dr. Faradex na executive producer general manager Kennedy Asanto say Esquire Oboni Chidom engineer Sachu Agbona na jare na nabwaje da munyinas na me go bibia.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku potomanto. This way chocolate